Welcome back to Phoenix Wright Apollo Justice Trilogy extra things that exist. No, not Stardew. The special episode that exists that I hadn't played initially because I didn't realize it was there. It didn't exactly point it out to me like the original the Phoenix Wright trilogy had, so we're playing them later. Last I left off, I got cut off in the middle, not the middle, but shortly after the start of the trial because the internet died. It just died. I don't know why. I'm going to start from the start of the trial because this is shortly after the fact. It cut off weird, and I wasn't immediately aware of it. It's fine. Everything's capturing properly, right? Yeah. July 21st, 9:21 a.m., District Court, Defendant, Lobby number 3. Good morning, Mr. Wright. Good morning. Chipper as ever this morning, I see. I'm just thankful we actually get to have a trial for Orla. As a matter of fact, I just ran a few laps around the courthouse to get extra pumped. And I just splashed my face with some water to get the sleep out of my eyes. Oh, I also queued the Swashbuckler video so we can watch it anytime. Swashbuckler video added to the court record. Thanks. It just might help our case. By the way, you have some serious dark circles. Did you stay up late watching this? What? Me? No, I just woke up early, that's all. I guess I need to cover them up. I get ragged on enough as it is by Prosecutor Blackwell. Speaking of being pumped, I'm pretty fired up for this trial. I'm pretty fired up for this trial too. It's been a while. That explains why your hair is spikier than usual. I mean, look at it! It's all super pokey and prickly and stuff. It's amazing. That was a compliment, right? Good luck, Mr. Nick. I'll be cheering you on from the gallery. Thanks, Pearls. It's been so long, I'm actually a little nervous. Right, you exist. Good morning, Mr. Lawyer. I don't remember how your voice was precisely. Oh, Mr. Rhymes, you came to watch the trial? Yeah, Sasha's back at the aquarium with the orca. So I thought I'd better come here to watch for her. Well, don't you worry. We're going to win for Orla. Isn't that right, boss? Right. One unprecedented trial coming right up. July 21st, 9:30 a.m., District Court, Courtroom number 4. A1 court is now in session. All rise. Court is now in session for the trial of Orla Shipley. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Must we waste words on this? Prosecutor Simon Blackwell. Known as the Twisted Samurai, he's a prosecutor who's also a convicted felon. They say he never conducts a trial without his loyal hawk, Taka, by his side. Mr. Wright, it's been quite a while since I've seen you like that. The lawyer image suits you. You look younger somehow. Thank you, Your Honor, and you look as young as ever yourself. Well, I have to keep up with you folks after all. By the way, has the defendant arrived in court yet? Surely you jest your baldness. Did you not receive the memo? Defendant Orla Shipley is an orca at Ship-Shape Aquarium. An orca? Arrangements for this trial were made only yesterday, so I didn't have time to review. But an orca's defendant, it's patently absurd. Direct your comments to the defense. He's the absurd fellow who insisted on defending the orca in court in the first place. Absurd or not, I will carry out my duty to defend my client. Your duty to defend your crying aunt? Do you mean your crying orca, Mr. Wright? If we are to proceed, we must treat the orca as we would any other defendant. Every soul, be it man or beast, is of equal value. The question is whether that soul is painted black or white. Take Taka, for example. He is as human in spirit as you or I. The real question is, am I in for more pain, as always? Orca or not, I suppose the defendant is still a defendant. And I vow to render my verdict fairly and impartially. Now then, Prosecutor Blackwell, your opening statement, if you would. I suppose I can hardly leave it to someone who knew nothing of the defendant. Very well, listen carefully. The orca murdered the owner of Ship-Shape Aquarium in the aquarium's orca pool. The orca apparently toyed with the victim mercilessly as he died. A sadistic orca, what a chilling thought. And where exactly is this defendant now? And sign this. A cell phone, Prosecutor Blackwell? Time marches on, your boldness, with or without us. I borrowed this TV phone from the aquarium, which will allow us to interact with the orca. A TV phone? Very well, the court accepts it into evidence. You can add it to the court record, can connect to TVs, and conduct teleconferencing. We will be able to view the defendant in question on this large mirror. I believe where it cut off had been like right after Blackwell here said something about getting into the grisly details, and then it just stopped. Fulbright. Prepare for transmission. You got it, Prosecutor Blackwell. We will proceed with the defendant on telecast. So that is the orca that stands accused, is it? Oh, she's waving her flipper at us. Maybe she's cheering us on? Voila! Wish Phoenix and Athena luck. Oh, it's quite cute, isn't it? This adorable creature is suspected of killing a man. Orla's really pouring on the charm, huh? She's far from cute. She's a violent, reckless animal. That's right. My name's Bobby Fulbright, and I'll take over the explaining from here. Now, if I could direct your attention to this diagram of the crime scene. Following the report of an orca attack, we, the police, raced on over to Ship-Shape Aquarium. There, we found a guest who said she saw the orca and the victim from the visitor's corridor. As the witness was watching, the orca suddenly went crazy and attacked the victim. The orca was the only one there, therefore no one else could have committed the crime. It's not quite finished, but I have a portion of the autopsy report here. The police autopsy report added to the court record. Instant death from brain contusion. There are signs of blunt force trauma all over the body. I can't imagine the terror of being attacked underwater by such a large creature. But attack it did. Prepare yourself for the grisly details, your boldness. And that's where it cut off. The prosecution moves to introduce our witness. Fulbright. You got it, Prosecutor Blackwell. In justice we trust. One brave lady whose fine sense of justice compelled her to speak, coming right up. How dare you make me wait? You know I'm a very busy woman. Don't you know I'm a busy woman? I could have written an entire book for all the time I spent in that lobby. Prosecutor Blackwell. Well, I am Norma DePlume, and I'm a non-fiction writer. I'm the only one who isn't telepathic here. It looks like she can read into people's words just as well as I can read into people's hearts. Well, everything needs to be a competition, Athena. What, Norma DePlume, the great non-fiction writer Norma DePlume herself? I've read all of your works and enjoyed them immensely. Your Million Seller, The Great Grief of the Great Thief, is one of my favorites. Oh, are you a fan, Your Honor? I could give you my autograph if you'd like. Wait a second. I could swear you look much different in the photos in your book. Well, I used ones from 10 years ago in my books so that the paparazzi won't harass me. The judge seems so shocked. The visual disconnect must really be doing a number on his honor's head. Could we get started, please? If I find you to be lacking as a judge, you will see your debut in my books. Such harsh comments. You really must be the real Norma DePlume. Who knew Miss DePlume was so famous? Enough jabbering. Tell the court what you saw, and keep it brief. But thank you not to order me around. I am perfectly willing to tell everyone what I witnessed. It was the moment of the murder. Very well then, please proceed with your testimony. I don't know. I believed it in terms of actually going through it. I'd gotten like partway through pressing these statements. And even while listening, I had figured out the thing to contradict, but I went to Shipshape Aquarium to see the killer whale. As I was watching the killer whale from the visitor's corridor, it suddenly went crazy. I saw the killer whale bite the victim to death with its huge mouth and deadly teeth. Attempting to remain calm, I reported the incident to the police immediately. That adorable defendant really did all that. It must be much more vicious than it looks. Now, deliver your judgment so I may carry out the sentence.
Objection!
The defense would like to do some defending first, if that's alright. Must you drag this out with your tomfoolery?
Hold it!
The defense always has the right to cross-examine the witness, you know. A fellow inmate told me just this morning. If you want something signed, all you need is the document and a witness. Let me guess, they were convicted for contract fraud, right? All we need in this case is the evidence and a witness to convict. It's as simple as that. Looks like I guessed right. Sorry, but as Miss Sykes said, the defense has every right to cross-examine. Isn't that correct, Your Honor? Yes, of course. You may proceed with your cross-examination, Mr. Wright. I shall relish the sight of you thrashing around in vain. I'll press these again, just because they didn't get caught before. But it's pretty clear what needs to be contradicted. I went to Ship Aquarium to see the killer whale.
Hold it!
Why did you want to see the orca? Well, it is the featured attraction in the aquarium, after all. Why waste energy on such tripe? There's but one attraction in Ship Aquarium that is worth anyone's time. And that is the penguins. Isn't that right, Taka, my friend? Alrighty then. I guess Prosecutor Blackwell is for the birds. Guess I should jot that down. Note to self, Prosecutor Blackwell is on Team Rifle. And so you went to see the orca in its tank. Yes, that's right. As I was watching the killer whale from the visitor's corridor, it suddenly went crazy.
Hold it!
The orca suddenly went crazy, did she? Yes, it took a look at me, and then, all at once, it started going berserk. Did you do anything to make her angry? I did nothing more than simply glare at it from the visitor's corridor. She glared at Orla, and that's what caused her to go berserk.
Objection!
The reason the defendant went mad is not the issue here. Only what she did when she entered that state. In any case, the killer whale began behaving wildly in front of my very eyes. And then I saw the killer whale bite the victim to death with its huge mouth and deadly teeth.
Hold it!
Biting. So you're saying you saw the very moment of the victim's death? That is exactly what I'm saying. Oh, it was simply dreadful. It was as frightening as losing one's manuscript just before deadline. I suppose for a writer, that would be pretty terrifying. I witnessed the killer whale's horrific act, and I knew I had to do something, so... Attempting to remain calm, I reported the incident to the police immediately.
Hold it!
Why were the police the first ones you contacted? I was afraid if I told the aquarium staff, they might try to cover it up. Of course, I immediately told aquarium security after my call to the police. I believe I deserve praise for my swift decision-making skills under pressure. Miss DePlume is the most assertive witness I've ever seen. We'd better do our best to look like big-shot lawyers if we want to match her intensity. Miss DePlume, I praise your swift decision-making skills under pressure. That was more kiss-up than big-shot. I suppose it was unrealistic to expect big-shot from Mr. Bright. Fitting for small fry to praise a big-shot. About cutting the small fry some slack, you big meanies. The important thing here is, did she really see the moment of the murder? I believe I got cut off partway through that particular press of that statement, so everything from here should be new. You're ready to go, aren't you, Mr. Wright? I see it in your eyes and in your heart. I guess I really am a lawyer at heart. Anyway. That's not what killed this guy.
Objection!
It would seem that you are mistaken, Mr. Bloom. I beg your pardon. The autopsy report does indeed say death thought to be the result of an orca attack. But the actual cause of death is contusion from head trauma, not being bitten. What? But I'm sure the victim was bitten. I don't believe that can be true. The security footage doesn't show anything of the kind.
Objection!
Just as I suspected. Knew the peek of the footage behind Fulbright's back. He's the one who, like, set the camera down somewhere and just left. That's on him. Also, if you're going to be using it as evidence, we should be allowed to see it. That's how court works. Oh, what did you expect when he wouldn't play nice and share? But unfortunately for you, the footage you saw was only one small part. Huh? Yesterday, after I decided to take this case to trial, I re-reviewed all of the evidence. Taka, the evidence I gave you for safekeeping. It's the bird. Yes, that hawk is higher up on the pecking order than Fulbright in Blackwell's book. Well, let's view the footage. What's this? The orca's biting the victim. No way! I have to say, this appears to be very damning evidence. Security footage updated in the court record. Let's take a closer look. No, I can't believe Orla really bit him. Ow. This happened later. The blood's gone. I guess it could have just dissipated. And there is more. Look at this. This photograph was taken while the body was being examined. Hairs on coat, but no sign of it breaking through anything else. There seems to be a strange bruise on the victim's right wrist. I'll have the crime lab examine the bruise and calculate its relevance to the case at hand. What's important right now is the evidence that points to the orca as the killer. Look at the left side of the body. See the orca's tooth marks in the victim's clothes. Yes, they do appear to suggest that she did in fact bite the victim. Photo of the body updated in the court record. I told you so. And then the killer whale swam up toward the surface with the victim in its mouth.
Objection!
However, in the autopsy report, the cause of death is contusion from head trauma.
Objection!
You are much too impetus, right, don't know. God, he called him that. Granted, the orca biting the victim was not the cause of death. Witness was mistaken about that. And what explanation is there for what the witness saw? And not to say in the beginning, the orca toyed with the victim mercilessly. My goodness. After killing the victim, the defendant swam around with his dead body in her mouth. Just like any other predator toying with its prey. Mr. Wright, the hearts of the people in the gallery are suddenly filled with fear. Fear of Orla. So the defendant bit the victim after she had killed him. But if that's the case, then we must still figure out how the defendant killed the victim. Prosecutor Blackwell, do you have a sound theory to give to this court? I wouldn't be standing here if I couldn't prove whether the orca's heart was black or white. But Orla is black and white. her body, I mean. Athena, please try not to provoke Prosecutor Blackwell. This witness also observed the actual moment of the murder. Think backward, mistress. Think back to what you observed before the orca bit the victim. Ah, I see what you're driving at. So that was the true moment of the murder, was it? Now, explain it in a way that even these simpletons can understand. There you go again, ordering me around. Stop that this instant. But whatever, I don't mind telling my story. I saw the killer whale before it toyed with the body as well. I saw it the moment it killed the victim by headbutting him. Well, it killed the victim by headbutting him. That's right, it rammed the victim over and over again. Recall that the autopsy report stated that there were bruises all over his body. Recall as well how persistent the defendant can be when she's attacking her prey. And we all just saw the killer whale headbutting the victim in the footage, don't forget. The footage backs up Mr. Plume's testimony. There's also something very important it does not show. Now, do you see what a menace this killer whale is?
Objection!
I'm sorry, but I can't allow your testimony to stand unchallenged. Looking at this footage, the orca certainly seems to be headbutting something. But you'll note that the something is not the victim. Oh? What? I want to look away, but I can't. Where would air even come from? What are you doing? Even if it was the victim, you couldn't have seen him from where you were, could you? What? Oh, well, I suppose not. Mr. Plume, did you actually witness the victim getting headbutted by the defendant? Let's see, don't I remember now. As I recall, a rock in the shape of a skull was obstructing my view. So you are admitting that you couldn't see the victim? Yes, I suppose I am. However, immediately after the headbutting, the victim came floating up. He came from up behind the skull-shaped rock and his body was all limp. What else could I think except that the killer whale was headbutting the victim?
Objection!
But if you didn't actually see the moment of the attack itself, then it's pure conjecture.
Objection!
Must I do everything around here? How dare you speak so rudely to me? There's no need for hysterics. Clear your mind and recall how you reached your conclusion. Though you couldn't see what the orc was attacking, you didn't need to, did you? Because you knew she was behaving exactly as she had only 1 year prior. Oh, 1 year ago. That's right, yes, that's it. That's how I knew the killer whale was headbutting the victim. I'm sorry, but could someone explain exactly what happened a year ago? You must know, a very similar incident occurred only last year, in which the defendant murdered her trainer. What? The orca murdered her trainer, you say? What? Is this really true? This is not looking good for us. It's all in this book. What book? The killer whale. That's Mr. Plume's latest work. I was just thinking of picking that up. Killer whale added to the court record. A non-fiction book by Norman Plume. It's about the case from last year. Last year. The defendant killed her trainer in the middle of a show. The orca headbutted and bit the victim. The same thing she was accused of in this case. That orca killed 2 people. He's a menace. Guilty. Guilty, I say. I want to go to the beach again. I'm not sure they come that close to the beach. No. Now everyone's even more convinced that Orla did it. We were doing so well, but now everyone in the room has a bad impression of Orla. I don't want to think she did it. But it's hard to keep on believing in somebody who can't even tell me her side. Phoenix, Athena, you gotta believe in Orla. There's no way she killed anybody. You gotta save her. Please, I'm begging you. Sasha, what am I doing downing my client like this? This is the time to be strong. I believe in Orla, and I'm ready to fight for our clients. I'll take everybody in this courtroom on if I have to. Don't you worry, Sasha. We won't give up on Orla. We'll defend her to the very end. Thank you. Thank you, both of you. We are Orla's lawyers. Who else but us can save her? We can't give up on her now. For an instant there, you were afraid of the orca, weren't you, right, Dono? When you saw the photograph of the victim from a year ago, you turned paler than me. He saw right through me. It's obvious you have neither the guts nor the determination to defend the orca. It's true that Orla can't speak, and I don't know her thoughts. But there's a certain someone who believes in Orla with all her heart. I respect the trust she has in Orla, so I'm willing to believe in Orla too. And what do you know about orcas? Nothing, that's what. So allow me to fill you in. Do you have any idea why orcas are also called killer whales? Because they are cunning and merciless predators that hunt and kill even true whales. So killer whales really are killers. What terrifying creatures indeed. I can't bear to hear any more of such rubbish as trusting a killer. Can you, with your boldness? No matter what you say, I will continue to believe. I don't give up that easily, you know. Dullard, you don't know when to give up, do you? Very well, I shall give you a chance to prove just how determined you are. Witness spare no quarter and lay the full truth on them. What are you even trying to... What are you even trying to send at that point? What are you doing? You've linked to nothing. You've explained nothing. Oh, whatever. Ban you. Go away. I don't even want to deal with you. I don't know what the point of that bot even was. Get off of my screen. You're gone. I killed you. Oh, there it goes. But of course, that is what I do after all. Prosecutor Blackwell, what will you have the witness testify about? I shall have her testify about what she saw and what she heard. What she heard? Very well, Mr. Plume, please tell the court what you saw and what you heard. What I saw and what I heard. The killer whale's behavior was exactly the same as a year ago. As I approached the pool, the killer whale suddenly started singing. It was calm when I saw it start to headbutt. But when the pirate hat and the victim came floating up, I let out a scream. So the orca displayed the same behaviors during the incident a year ago. That's right, those weren't just simple cries, it was singing. As I approached the pool, the killer whale suddenly started singing. It kept headbutting while it sang the Swashbuckler Spectacular song. That's right, it was singing the same song it sang in the aquarium stage show back then. It was singing while it was headbutting. Oh, it was perfectly horrible. I don't see a single obvious inconsistency in this testimony. It's clear I won't be able to take apart her statements with evidence alone. Mr. Wright, now would be a good time for me to put my skills to work. It's time to show what analytical psychology can really do. You seem pretty confident. Let me guess, you noticed a contradiction between the testimony and her emotions. You bet I did, and once we expose it, we might just be able to crack her. No, scratch that. Make it will definitely be able to. Then let's give your knowledge of analytical psychology a try. You got it, boss. Complete analysis of Miss DePlume's heart coming right up. The killer whale's behavior was exactly the same as a year ago. As I approached the pool, the killer whale suddenly started singing. I was calm when I saw it start to headbutt. But when the pirate and the victim came floating up, I let out a scream. I guess we'll say that, because that doesn't seem particularly... that's the wrong button. Particularly calm at all.
Got it!
Mr. Plume, Orla really frightened you with her headbutting, didn't she? Don't be absurd. I certainly was not frightened by the likes of any killer whale. It must have been something else that scared her then, boss. However, I do remember being very afraid for some reason while I was doing that. It sounds like maybe you saw something we haven't discussed yet. Take your time and try to remember what it was. What did you see? This is practically turning into a counseling session. I saw something. Oh! I remember now. Okay. Okay, good. Now, if you could please tell the court what you saw. I saw bright red blood. The killer whale's ramming caused the victim to bleed. There was a great cloud of blood. What? Yes, that's it. That's why I was so sure. I mean, we saw the blood in the footage. That's when I knew the killer whale had killed a person for a second time. Well, that was a very compelling statement indeed. Looking at this again, there does appear to be something that could be a cloud of blood. So her terror was a reaction to blood, was it? That would certainly explain what happened yesterday. Please, take a look at this blood-stained coin. Cease and desist at once! What kind of a man shows a lady blood? She doesn't have to get so worked up. I was badly injured during an interview once. Ever since I've been terrified of blood. Every sight of it dreadfully upsets my delicate sensibilities. What kind of interview were you doing where you got injured? What? This is a bad turn. If Mr. Plume saw blood, does that mean Orla really did attack the victim? Repeating that orcas are even more vicious than I am. So, how does it feel to be thoroughly rammed by your own cross-examination right? Don't know. But what do we do now, boss? That testimony was not at all what I expected to hear. Wait a minute. There's still some discord left in Mr. Plume's heart. What? You mean there's more? Yes, but there's no telling what it is. It could be something even more damaging. Ugh. Is there even anything left of our case to damage? Well, whatever it is, we have to face it head on. Athena, you believe in Orla, right? If so, there's no reason for us to shy away from the truth. Yeah, you're right. I know we can handle the truth, whatever it is. So let's delve a little deeper. You got it, boss. Killer Whale's behavior was exactly the same as year ago. She approached the pool. Killer Whale suddenly started singing. Alright, here we go. After it started headbutting, I saw that awful blood. I was terrified. But when the pirate hat and the victim came floating up, I let out a scream. That's not. Do you see any emotions that seem odd or out of place? Pay attention to not only which emotions you see, but how strong they are too. An emotion might suddenly get stronger, for example, or you might see it grow weaker. Okay, let me listen to her testimony again. You seem to be less scared now that you can see the body.
Got it!
Her fear appears to lessen here at the statement. Mr. Plume, weren't you afraid when you saw the victim with blood coming out of him? Aye, that's a very good question. I was shaken after witnessing a murder, yes, but then the blood seemed to disappear. Disappear? And why do you suppose that was? Simple! It was because of the pirate hat. After the killer whale put the hat on, the cloud of blood disappeared.
Objection!
And how exactly does that work? How should I know? I'm just telling you what I remember, Blue Boy. Wait a minute. From whom was this blood that Mr. Plume saw actually coming from? Maybe.
Take that!
Consider this. Maybe the one who was bleeding wasn't the victim. I beg your pardon? What kind of ridiculous nonsense is that? There was no one else in that pool beside the victim. Well, I wouldn't say there was no one else. It is an orca pool after all. What? And where was this alleged injury on the defendant? I'm not sure, but if simply wearing the pirate hat made the blood disappear, then the blood must have been coming from somewhere on Orla's head. What? The orca's head? What are you prattling on about now? Please think about it again, Mr. Plume. Think back to what you really saw. That is... The one who was bleeding was not the victim, but the killer whale. I remember now. There wasn't any blood coming from the victim after all. We did it! Analytical psychology got us what we needed from her. That was a huge help, Athena. It was also pretty dicey for a while, though. Well, this is a surprise. The blood the witness saw was the defendants, not the victims. That is correct. And since there was no blood coming from the victim, there is only one thing we can conclude. That what Mr. Plume witnessed was not the moment of the murder as she claims.
Objection!
I thought you were unarmed. It turns out you were concealing a sword all along. Nevertheless, it is far too dull to cut to the bone. Meaning... I grant that whatever the witness saw was not the victim's blood, but it proves nothing. After all, being rammed doesn't always result in a wound that bleeds, does it? Death from internal hemorrhaging is also a possibility. He has a point there. We know the wound bled. You can see it. You can see blood right there. It's right there. If you wish to challenge me to a duel, you'll need a sharper blade than that, right, Dono? I demand evidence that proves the witness did not see the moment of the murder. Must be something. Think, Phoenix. If I'm correct, then the witness's death, then the victim's death occurred. I would say before, probably. That seems to fit everything best. The fact that the coins are scattered up here. And the blood would have washed away. Fighting. If the victim was already dead when Orla started her headbutting, then that would mean he died sometime before Mr. Plume was watching her. The events Mr. Plume witnessed took place at around 10:10 a.m. I must have something that can tell us about what happened before 10:10 a.m.
Take that!
No. This is the evidence that proves Mr. Plume did not see the moment of the murder. I'm not sure that's really related to what Mr. Plume did or didn't witness. But you're not sure, right? No, we can be quite sure it's unrelated. Yes, quite. Okay. I guess we can be... I guess we can be. The events Mr. Plume witnessed took place at around 10:10 a.m. We must have something that could tell us about what happened before 10:10 a.m. That's not helpful. Just the footage? Show us more of it? Says it starts at about the opening time.
Take that!
We've only seen the footage from 10:09 to 10:10 a.m. Which means there's still footage going further back that we need to check. Your Honor, I request that all of the security footage be played for the court. All of the footage. Mr. Plume witnessed the cloud of blood at around 10:10 a.m., but I believe the victim was already dead by that time. So your assertion is that the murder took place before Mr. Plume arrived. Exactly. The security camera footage starts at 10 a.m. when the aquarium opened. I believe there is vital evidence in the 10 minutes before. You quite the gambling man, right, Dono? Are you honestly willing to risk everything on those mere 10 minutes? They should be looked at anyway. I've been on slimmer chances before, but when he puts it that way...
Hold it!
My boss is no coward, Prosecutor Blackquill, so I suggest you get ready to eat humble pie. Uh-oh, I can't back down now. Well, if the defense is that confident in its importance, Prosecutor Blackquill, the security footage. Right. Roger, I have the rest of the security footage right here. Very well, please play it for the court. Please, please have something for me. This is what it looked like at 10:10 a.m. The witness can be seen here. Alright, I'll just back the footage up to the beginning now. Hanging out. It appears Mr. Plume hasn't arrived yet at this point. Now let's see if I can find something from before this point in time. Is that it? Yep, that's all the footage there is. Well, Mr. Wright, did you see what you were looking for? We got nothing. Well, right, don't know. Those were 10 minutes placed your bet on. Did you see anything of significance? Did I see anything important? I'd better think about this carefully. In the footage we see... I'd have to look at it again. Can you show me again? No? There's probably something important. This is the important thing the footage shows. Let's check for differences. The orca.
Take that!
And what is so vital about that point, Mr. Wright? Different things are important to different people. Importance is a subjective thing. Yes, just as my decision to assign a penalty is a subjective thing. What are we pointing out here? Wait a minute. What if something that should be in the footage isn't there? Please wait, Your Honor, on that footage. In the footage, we see... We can see nothing of importance in that footage. Just as I thought. You're right about that. That section was completely meaningless. It doesn't show a thing. That's why I didn't submit it as evidence.
Objection!
No, it's just the opposite. Huh? What do you mean by that? In this 10 minutes of footage, something important that should be there isn't. Detective Fulbright, this footage should have been submitted as evidence. What? Are you questioning the way I carry out my duty to justice? Mr. Wright, explain yourself, please. What is this important thing you say should be in the footage but isn't? What is the assumption here? Okay. What? Maybe if I had gotten to properly carry on before, I'd be a bit fresher in my mind and I'd know what the idea was. The coins? They weren't down there at any point. I'm not sure that's... It's... not overly helpful. Missing the hat, but I don't think that's quite what we're getting at here. Coin.
Take that!
Not that. What am missing? It's been a minute. Hat.
Take that!
Oops. Something that should be there but isn't. Feed the
Take that!
feed the what should be there but isn't? Something missing between the two things. I hadn't noticed anything.
Take that!
Body. The important thing we should see in this footage is the victim himself, Jack Shipley. I don't know about you, but I didn't see him get in the pool in that footage. Oh! Oh, that's right! If the victim is not shown entering the pool in this footage, it means that he must have been there by the skull rock during those 10 minutes. And no human being can hold their breath underwater for that long. Wait a minute. Are you saying? When the security camera started up at 10 a.m., the victim was already dead. What? Order in the court. If that's the case, then when was the victim murdered? I don't know, Your Honor, but we now know it had to have been sometime before 10 a.m. Therefore, this footage can no longer be called decisive evidence against my client. There's no one else who could have killed the victim. Not necessarily. The defense believes that the true culprit may have been human. And we have evidence to back up our theory as well. Do we now? We'll be very interested in seeing this evidence. Defense's trump card, that thing we found during our investigation yesterday. I wouldn't go so far as to call it decisive, but now's the time to play it. Very well, Mr. Wright. Please submit your evidence. What evidence shows that the crime may have been committed by a human?
Take that!
What's this? A coin? Yes, a fake coin used in the Aquarium's pirate show. We found it beside the pool. This coin is quite possibly the real murder weapon. This tiny little coin is the murder weapon. Mr. Wright, this is another one of your bluffs. As they say, the bolder the presentation, the less confident the solicitor. This is no bluff, and this isn't the only coin. There are 300 of these coins in all, weighing a total of about 7 pounds. This one just happens to have blood on it. If you have the blood analyzed to see whose it is. Not yet. But there were coins scattered all around the body, and the victim has a head wound. Taking these things into account, I believe it has to be the victim's blood. So to put it together, we have about 7 pounds of coins by the side of the pool, one of them with a blood stain on it. I think the answer is pretty clear here. Your Honor, the defense proposes that the victim was killed beside the pool. The side of the pool? But if the murder took place there, it would be difficult to say the orca did it. I realize you are trying to defend your client, but that theory is preposterous. How could 300 coins possibly be made hit someone all at once? You put them in a bag. It's not hard. It'd be pretty easy if they were in a bag or something of that nature. So where's this bag the coins were in? Unfortunately, Your Honor, we recovered nothing of the sort from the scene. It's possible the culprit took it with them. They took it? The true culprit used the coins as a blunt instrument to commit murder. They then threw the body into the pool before the security cameras started up. And then they left, taking the bag the coins were in with them. They got rid of the evidence that points to a human culprit to pin the blame on Orla. I don't think bodies usually sink that easily. That was brilliant, Mr. Wright. You found a way to introduce the possibility of a human perpetrator. Yeah, somehow. Let's just hope my luck holds out. I wonder why Prosecutor Blackwell hasn't said anything. Possibility of a perpetrator other than the defendant has now been suggested. But if we hold this possibility to be true, then what did Mr. Plum witness? That's right. I saw the killer whale attack the victim. Just like it did a year ago, singing a song. I guess there still is that. Even with somebody else as a culprit, Orla's behavior still seems pretty strange. Still seems pretty bizarre. I wonder why she was doing the same thing she did a year ago. But is it really that bizarre? What do you mean? To explain the inexplicable, all we have to do is turn our thinking around. Turn our thinking around, huh? Sounds good to me. To give the old turn my thinking around method a try. Instead of trying to figure out why Orla did the same thing she did a year ago, I should consider the results that were produced by her behavior this time around. Orla sang a song, did some headbutts, and bit the victim. If the real culprit wanted to shift the suspicion onto Orla, then they would have needed to give people a reason to think Orla did it in the first place. Mr. Wright, as a lawyer, how do you explain your client's actions? I believe we should think of it in this way, Your Honor. What kind of effect did Orla's actions have on the case? Very well, then why don't you explain it for the court? How did the defendant's actions affect the case? Mr. Plume focused her attention on the orca pool because she heard the song. The orca's act of singing a song created a witness. Isn't it possible that fabricating a witness was the real culprit's true intention? After all, Mr. Plume witnessed two things. She saw Orla headbutt something over and over, and she saw the orca bite the victim. Those two actions of Orla's might have been a real culprit's plot to make the witness think the orca was attacking the victim. Are you saying that the defendant was being manipulated by the true perpetrator? Exactly. And that would explain Orla's actions perfectly. But the defendant is an orca. Is it even possible to manipulate her? Yes, there is a way to manipulate Orla's behavior with this.
Take that!
Is this a whistle? Yes, Your Honor. Trainers at the aquarium use whistles to issue commands to Orla. But in truth, anyone can do it, provided they know the right signals. That must be how they get Orla to do the tricks for their shows. Their pirate shows, rather. Terrible loud Jerry. True culprit hid the body in a spot that couldn't be seen from the visitor's corridor. Then, when Mr. Plume appeared, they gave Orla the commands. In other words, Orla was manipulated by the culprit to perform a series of tricks. What? And as for you, Mr. Plume, you were manipulated by the true culprit to play the part of the witness. I, Norma de Plume, was set up. I, Norma de Plume, writer extraordinaire, was used. Very close to your face. No. No! You broke your jacket. Mr. Plume, please do something about your attire. That was one more order of malfunction I did not want to see. It would appear we'd need to shift our suspicion towards someone other than Orla. Prosecutor Blackwell, please have the blood-stained coin analyzed. You waste your breath. I guess even Prosecutor Blackwell can't refute the possibility of a human suspect. You did it, boss! If the crime happened beside the pool, there's no way an orca could have done it. Oh, if only we could find the bag the coins were in. Could it be the hat? In light of the new discovery, it would appear that the orca couldn't have done it. Exactly, Your Honor. If the blood on the coin proves to be that of the victim, we can unequivocally overturn Orla's accusation.
Objection!
Overturn the defendant's accusation. I think not. Ah, my hair, my beautiful hair. Yesterday, a new inmate was brought into the prison. He said, the moment you relax is when you're most vulnerable. And what did this man go in for? He's mainly a sneaky thief who enjoys a spot of fishing now and again. But right dono here would be easier to hook than any fish. That hawk sure does love the judge's head. Oh? What's this? That coin from before and some sort of bag. A bag? I don't think I'm gonna like this. This is the coin bag the 300 coins were in. I believe you were looking for this. How did you get that? I never said we didn't find it at the crime scene. The bag had blood on it, so naturally I sent it to the crime lab. And does the blood belong to the victim? It does indeed, as does the blood on the coin. I knew it, so the blood on the coin did belong to the victim. The bag was open, and the coins had all spilled out. But the bag alone wasn't proof enough to say that it was used as a murder weapon. However, thanks to the defense and their coin, I am more than satisfied that it was. Prosecutor Blackwell, are you conceding that the true culprit committed the murder with the bag of coins? I shall concede that the victim was put into the pool after his death. However, even with the bag, doesn't change the fact that it was the orca that killed the victim. What? How can you still suspect Orla? You said that the true culprit manipulated Orla's behavior. But Orla isn't the kind of orca that would let someone control her. If anything, Orla used the victim's behavior against him to murder him. What? But are you arguing that the orca manipulated a human being? To prove it, I have summoned another witness. Marlon Rhymes, take the stand. Marlon Rhymes is a witness? Please don't do any more rapping. Well, don't just stand there. State your name. I told you I didn't want to be a witness. I thought one witness would be quite enough to prove the defendant's guilt. Apparently, right owner won't be satisfied until every stone is turned. Oh, son of a... Alright, fine, if I gotta talk, then let's get this over with. Mr. Rhymes doesn't seem like a willing witness. I wonder what Prosecutor Blackwell is going to have him testify about. So could we have your name and occupation for the record, witness? Yo ho ho. I'm trying to testify. I don't want this. I don't want this. I cannot do that. You're annoyed. Okay. Oh my, I'm afraid I couldn't understand a word you said. Is that flip-flop music young people like nowadays? Nowadays, like, whatever. So close, Your Honor, so close. And yet so far. Please proceed with your testimony, witness, without the flip-flop. This stuff can be fine to listen to, but I'm not doing that. I am incapable. Okay, fine. But I don't want to do this, I tell ya. I feel like I'm selling Sasha out. Man manipulating orca. A man manipulating orca. I see. At about 10 a.m., I was in the staff room. I heard a loud noise from the pool room, so I went to the door to look in. I couldn't see the captain or the orca, but I saw a bunch of coins scattered around. The orca knows there's a certain spot people stand to play volleyball with her. I think maybe she knocked down the stuff that was piled up there and hit the captain. So that gives us a little more info about the area around the orca pool. Orca pool diagram updated in the court record. Okay. The defendant made all the stuff fall down. Overturned crates and assorted props were scattered all over the pool room floor. There's no doubt that it was the orca that caused the mess. But could she really have done that from within the pool? As I said, the orca was the only one that could have performed such a feat. The pool and its room were tidied the night before, including its various odds and ends. When rhyming Marlin took a look-see, over 400 pounds of props had fallen. To move it all in one go would challenge even the brawny prisoner in the cell next to mine. What is he, the jail gossip? So, how did 400 pounds of items fall all at once? I'll tell you how. The orca pulled on the cloth that was underneath them. A weight that would be all but impossible for a human to move. It was child's play to an orca. During a friendly game of volleyball, the defendant made the crates fall, and the bag of coins that was among the items fell on the victim's head and killed him. The orca then toyed with the victim's body underwater, which is what Mr. Plume saw.
Objection!
But the witness only said he heard a loud noise. That doesn't automatically make it the sound of Orla making the items fall. Also, why did you only look in on the pool room anyway, Mr. Rhymes? The orca sometimes makes a loud noise to summon her trainer. But I'm still a newbie, so I don't have a security guard to get into the pool room yet. So even if she tries to summon somebody, there isn't much I can do about it. I see. So the witness couldn't enter the crime scene.
Objection!
Hold on, I got like stuff in my throat. Yeah, I'm good. If Mr. Rhymes couldn't enter the room, there's at least one thing he can't be sure about. His statement that the orca was playing volleyball is purely speculation.
Silence!
Whether the orca was actually playing volleyball or not is not the issue. Traces of the orca's saliva were found on the cloth that was underneath the crates. The important point is that the orca is the only one who could have moved the items. I have to discredit that statement somehow. I don't mean that Orla was the culprit, even if the victim died beside the pool. At about 10 a.m., I was in the staff room. Whoops.
Hold it!
Are you sure about the time you were in the staff room? Because we know he wasn't in there. Pearl saw him. In the other room, the food room or whatever. What? Yes, I'm sure. I'm pretty good with time. I've never been late to work once. If you're sure about the time, then there's something wrong with that statement. I better take another look through the court record. I don't have to do that. Alright, please continue with your testimony, Mr. Rhymes. I know. I heard a loud noise in the pool room, so I went to the door to look in.
Hold it!
You heard the noise all the way in the staff room. That's right, the orca pool room and the staff room were pretty close to each other. Anyway, I heard the noise, so I went to the door of the pool room. But I don't have a security card, so all I could do was look through the door crack. What kind of noise did you hear? Want me to describe it? Oh, yes. Oh, no. Crash, boom, bowing down to relativity, and falling with sweet simplicity. Testimony got no fallacies. It's falling and breaking. It was pure insanity. That doesn't rhyme. Kinda like that. Okay, but why the need to wrap it? Well, I didn't really get all of that, but in any case, I gather it was a very loud noise. Very well, please describe what you saw at the scene. I couldn't see the captain or the orca, but I saw a bunch of coins scattered around.
Hold it!
You couldn't see the victim. I was just looking through the door crack. I guess all that stuff was blocking my view. I did notice a whole bunch of coins scattered all over the place, though. But at the time, I had no idea the captain was dead. Killing by gold coins. Ironic, isn't it? Perhaps the orca wanted to be paid for her labor. Paid in coins raining from the skies. Coins raining from the skies? It makes it sound almost poetic. But the hard truth is that those coins were actually the murder weapon. We all deserve to be paid for our work, do we not? I shall have a fine meal tonight. If you find our client guilty, that is. I think he still needs to be paid even if he doesn't find the client guilty. That's not really his fault. I think he still needs... Mr. Rhymes, do you have a theory on how the things got knocked down? Of course I do. The orca knows there's a certain spot people stand to play volleyball with her.
Hold it!
She uses this ball and does a spike, right? We had a nice little demonstration of Orla's spike for ourselves just yesterday. If you stand on the mark on the floor, the orca spikes the ball at you. Taka is good at flying straight at his target as well. I see plenty of targets right here in this room. Everybody's so busy protecting their head, they forgot about the trial. Including you. Tell them what the defendant caused to happen. Well, the orca knows people stand in a certain spot for volleyball. I think maybe she knocked down the stuff that was piled up in there and hit the captain.
Hold it!
Are you saying you think she knocked down the items on purpose? I don't want to believe it myself, but that orca's pretty smart. It'd be easy for her to pull the cloth the stuff was on while she was playing volleyball. Orcas are really strong. One good pull and all those things would have come crashing down. I guess maybe an orca could be strong enough to make that much stuff fall. I've never seen an orca play tug of war myself. The fact is, this one did. Traces of the orca's saliva found on the cloth prove it. How long do you plan to walk tightrope on those shaky theories of yours? Wait until you see me do acrobatics. Moments like these are what I became a lawyer again for. I don't know why, but Mr. Rhymes is lying. I'm afraid I have to expose the secret that he and Pearls were keeping to resolve this. You were not. Look at this.
Objection!
You say you were in the staff room, but is that really true? Of course it's true. Why would I lie about a thing like that? Mr. Rhymes, have you ever seen this calendar before? Hey, that's I see you recognize it. Yeah, that's the rifle calendar. It's a big hit at the Shipshape Aquarium gift shop. Thank you for shopping at Shipshape. But Mr. Rhymes, please refrain from scattering fish around the witness stand. Don't worry your boldness. Taka will have them cleaned up in no time. I guess that bird comes in handy now and then. Alright, Mr. Wright, we've all seen your cute souvenir now, if you wouldn't mind. No, Your Honor, this isn't my calendar. It was originally the witness's, but it came into the possession of a certain young lady. What? What? Mr. Rhymes and this young lady first met each other in the food prep room. After a mishap, their calendars got switched around. They ran into each other at about 10 a.m. in the food prep room. So clearly, the witness was not in the staff room. In other words, there's no way he could have heard the noise in the pool room upstairs. What's this? This is the first I'm hearing about any calendar. That's because Mr. Rhymes and Pearls were keeping it a secret. You lied to me. This transgression will not go unpunished. So, Mr. Rhymes, you didn't hear the noise of the equipment falling after all, did you? Okay, I admit it. I didn't hear the noise in the orca pool room myself. But somebody told me about it. Who told you about it? It was, Unless you tell the truth, Mr. Rhymes, I can't save Orla. And I'm sure you know how sad that would make Miss Buckler. I've heard about it. From Sasha. What? From Miss Buckler? But that doesn't make sense. What's going on here? Now it's the trainer's own words that drive the orca into a corner. How do you like being bitten by your own client, right, Dono? I certainly didn't see this coming. Perfect timing. It was something I wanted to ask Miss Buckler about the orca. Prosecution calls the trainer, Miss Sasha Buckler, to the stand. Yes, I suppose it would be a good idea to hear what the orca's trainer has to say. I don't know what Sasha's going to say, but I'll just have to meet it head on, whatever it is. We will take a 20-minute recess while the witness is summoned. Isn't she, like, out at the pool or whatever? You can just pull her up on the camera. She's just right there. We'll carry on. I believe everyone is still here today because of the snow. It snowed quite a bit. July 21st, 10:39 a.m., District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 3. Mr. Wright, are you going to cross-examine Sasha? I guess I'll have to ask her about the noise from the stuff falling down. Mr. Wright... Mr. Rhymes, why did you lie? I didn't want Sasha to have to appear in court. I thought if anybody had to testify, I should be the one to do it for her. But why would you go to all those lengths? Did you see the entry for the 20th on that calendar? And a note about meeting the captain at the orca pool. Yeah, I found that calendar in the nap room. I think it's probably Sasha's. What that means? I guess it does look more like a woman's calendar than a man's. Calendar update in the court record apparently belongs to Sasha. I didn't want suspicion to fall on Sasha. That's right. I gotta go back to the aquarium to look after the orca in Sasha's place. I'll be rooting for you on the other side of that TV phone. Please, take care of Sasha. Okay, we can't let Prosecutor Blackwell get the best of us. Time to refocus. Right. After all, we're the only ones who can save Orla. Oh, it's cold in here. July 21st, 11:02 a.m., District Court, Courtroom Number 4. The court will now reconvene. Prosecutor Blackwell, please call the witness to the stand. Can you waste your breath?
My name is Sasha, and I be one of Captain Orla's swashbucklers. I come to rescue me bucko from the false charges put on her by the dread pirate No Stash.
No Stash.
I guess No Stash refers to Prosecutor Blackwell this time.
Well, it can't be the judge. He has a mustache and a full beard.
Now then, Captain Judge, shall we begin the pirate court?
Captain Judge? I rather like that. Makes me feel like a salty old sea dog.
And scene. How was that for a self-intro?
Court is not a show. State your full name and occupation.
I'm Sasha Buckler. I work at Shipshape Aquarium. I perform on our Swashbuckler Spectacular Pirate Show alongside Orla as a trainer.
Well, you seem like a completely different person now.
You really think so? Thanks. Hey, I was in my pirate show persona just then. Prosecutor Blackwell said I could introduce myself any way I like.
I bet money you didn't think you were going to do it like that. And what will this witness testify about? Yorka manipulated the victim into playing volleyball and then knocked the items down. The witness will report about hearing the noise that caused the victim's death.
Now wait just a minute. Sure, Orla uses the ball to break props sometimes. She even spiked the ball at the giant octopus's leg yesterday when I was cleaning.
So Orla was the one who broke that leg, huh?
But she couldn't have knocked down that huge stack of equipment with her little ball.
Thought you were paying attention to the trial over the telecast. But you apparently know nothing of what we have been discussing. Shifting my seating position. The orca knocked down the equipment by you pulling on the cloth that was underneath it. No one said anything about the orca knocking it down with a ball.
What? Is that what we're talking about? I came in here to give Prosecutor Mustache a good keel on. But I'm the one getting the cat o' nine tails. Oh, he's as vicious as a tiger shark. Miss Buckler, just focus on your testimony and you'll be alright. Don't worry, we'll take care of that tiger shark for you. Thank you, Athena. Okay, I can do this. My testimony will be phenomenal.
Alright, Miss Buckler, please proceed with your testimony. Hearing the noise.
I admit I heard Orla summoning me with a loud noise. The aquarium guest's scream I heard over the walkie-talkie was more urgent. I talked to Norma de Plume first, and then went to the pool room with the security guard. The equipment was everywhere, and the captain was lying in the middle of it all.
Her story doesn't seem to be much different from Marlon Rhymes' testimony. Or does it? The actual circumstances are different. The actual order of Orla's actions depend on the order the witness heard the two noises. If she heard the scream first, then the prosecution's claims don't stand up.
Objection!
Fortunately for you, she doesn't remember the order of what she heard.
She doesn't... I was distracted at the time, so I don't really recall which one I heard first. I was lost in thought until the guard brought me back to myself. Sorry if I'm no help.
As long as the order remains unclear, I shall not alter the prosecution's claims. After killing the victim with a bag of coins, the orca toyed with the body in the water. I have to turn things around here somehow. Unless I can prove the sound Sasha heard was not the sound of the victim's murder. Blackwell's claim that Orla pulled down the equipment to kill the victim will stand. If I want to save Orla, I have to find a contradiction, no matter how small. Very well, your cross-examination, please, Mr. Wright. The cat is crying. He's so sad. Hearing the noise.
I admit I heard Orla summoning me with a loud noise.
Hold it!
What made you think Orla was summoning you?
Orla knows the sound of her cries doesn't carry far enough. So sometimes she summons people by making a loud noise. That Orla is smarter than the average whale, I tell ya.
Hawka would not be bested in a battle of wits.
Hold it!
Wait a minute! Widget is the smartest one of all. Mirror, mirror on the wall. Who's the smartest one of all? Widget.
I expected to enter trucy into this my kid is better than yours Apalooza. And did you heed the summons of this very intelligent Orla immediately?
I couldn't right away, although I was concerned about her, of course. But the aquarium's guest scream I heard over the walkie-talkie was more urgent.
Hold it!
Walkie-talkie.
You heard Miss Diploon's scream.
That's right. I heard her through the walkie-talkie of a guard making his rounds. Oh, I can still hear it in my head. It was so loud, I thought it was a sea lion.
Miss Diploon sort of reminds me of a sea lion, actually.
I know, right? Oh, I should call her Sea Lion Lady and see how she likes it.
I guess Athena's still upset about being called Yellow Girl. What did you do after hearing the visitor's scream?
I talked to Norma Plume first, and then went to the pool room with the security guard.
Hold it!
You and the security guard headed to the Orca pool room.
Yeah, apparently that obnoxious writer lady said she didn't trust me by myself. That's why, after talking to her, the guard and I went to the pool room together. Why be the wrench? Why be the wrench so suspicious? Ah, I demand a swordfish duel. That's what I felt like saying to her anyway.
I'm afraid I don't get it.
That was a line from the show when Orla and Sasha quarrel with each other. Didn't you do your swashbuckler spectacular homework, Your Honor?
You didn't even know the witness was the defendant. That's the word. The defendant was an orca. He didn't do anything. Why am I getting scolded here, Mr. Wright? Why am I getting scolded here, Your Honor? Miss Buckler, please tell me about what happened after you headed to the pool room.
Alright, when the guard and I got there, we saw that the equipment was everywhere and the captain was lying in the middle of it all.
Hold it!
What do you recall about the scene exactly?
I don't remember much, to be honest. I was in total shock from seeing the captain like that. If you ask me something specific, I might be able to remember, though.
Specific questions, huh? Okay, let's see. What should I ask her about? Could you tell me more about the state you found the victim in?
It's so hard to even think about right now. Sasha is deeply traumatized by the victim's death.
I guess I shouldn't push her on it then. Or Sasha, she must have really adored him.
Do you think Orla really did make that stuff fall down?
I think we probably need more information before we can know what really happened. Let's be careful to not let a single inconsistency slip us by. Okay, I guess I have to ask about the other thing.
Hold it!
Specific, how about the things? Could you tell me more about the things that were scattered around?
They were equipment and props for the new show.
A new show?
Yeah, we were supposed to debut a brand new Swashbuckler Spectacular yesterday. We already defeated the giant octopus and Mustache after all. We were going to have a new nemesis, Red Stash. He's on the fly. Oh, that's the flyer Rifle was distributing. Who will obtain the gold coins hidden in the Skull Rock? Ooh, I wish it could be me. I'll leave it to you, Athena, to know all about it. Wall's even got some new tricks for the new show.
Swashbuckler flyer updated in the corporate record. So all the stuff that fell down was for the new show, is that it?
That's right, a bunch of props and crates and other equipment stacked up.
Your Honor, for the record, I'd like that information added to the witness's testimony. Very well, Miss Buckler, please append what you just said to your testimony.
Sure thing. The props for the new show were everywhere, and the captain was in the middle of it all.
Hold it!
The props for the new show, what kind of things were they?
Blow up dolphin and anchor, red stash's costume, the bag of coins, stuff like that. Captain was wearing his usual costume and the new props were all there.
Wait a minute. Something about that doesn't seem right. Is there a problem with Sasha's testimony? You say the captain was wearing his usual costume, but is that completely accurate?
Come on, Phoenix. What are you nitpicking at my testimony for?
If we look at the body, we see there's a discrepancy between that and your statement. You stated the victim was wearing his usual costume. But you'll notice the victim was wearing a red scarf around his neck. I imagine this red scarf is part of his costume for the new pirate show. Oh, you're right. It's written right here in the flyer for the new show. Featuring the dashing red stash with a fluttering red scarf.
Although, I have to say, it looks just like a red scarf was added to his old costume. Yeah, well, the captain was never one to spend much money on costumes. But no, the captain wasn't wearing that red scarf.
But in this photo, I believe I see a red scarf.
Yeah, but it's not wrapped around his neck, it's just draped on top of his neck. That red scarf was packed away with the rest of the new show's equipment. It must have fallen on top of the captain when the equipment fell down.
Oh, I see. Looks like your discrepancy wasn't really a discrepancy after all. So, the scarf doesn't have anything to do with this case? There's something about the timing and the stuff falling that bothers me. Hold on, the timing of the stuff falling, the timing. Maybe my theory has been all wrong from the beginning. Oh yeah, because he wouldn't have had the scarf in the pool, huh? Maybe the bag of coins isn't the murder weapon. So your last cross-examination ends in failure as well. You should know that such a feeble slash will never hurt me. As I said, the orca made the equipment fall and then toyed with the body in the water.
Objection!
I'm sorry, Prosecutor Blackwell, but based on the circumstances at the scene, the defendant couldn't have dragged the body into the water after the equipment fell. Why, pray tell, is that? Oh, I'll tell you all right. If my theory has been all wrong, then I'll just have to fix it. Yes, Mr. Wright, please do tell the court. What indicates that the body was not dragged into the water after the items fell? It's the scarf.
Take that!
This red scarf fell at the same time as the bag of coins. But if the body was dragged into the pool after the bag of coins fell, the red scarf wouldn't still be on top of the body. What? In other words, the victim was already dead when the equipment came crashing down. Therefore, the bag of coins that fell with the red scarf was not the murder weapon.
Silence!
It was the defense who claimed the bag of coins was the murder weapon to begin with. Well, yes, that's true. You intend to abandon your original argument. After hearing the testimony, I realized my theory about the murder weapon was wrong. Please recall the facts we have learned so far. The fact that what Orla bit was the victim's dead body. After all, when we saw the victim on the security footage, he was already dead. But then, Orla carried the victim's body to the side of the pool and knocked down the equipment for the new pirate show that was piled up there. Maybe Orla was trying to alert the humans to the victim's condition. If Orla knocked the items down on the victim after he was already dead, then it means the defendant didn't kill the victim with those items. That's preposterous. Even still, your argument is lacking. Neither the orca's headbutting nor the bag of coins were the manner of death. How do you propose the victim was killed? Very good point. If the defense is now abandoning its original theory, then we would need a new theory as to what the murder weapon was. All right. I doubt I have no clue would go over well. Alright, let's go over what we still need to find out about the victim's body. What we don't know is how he died and why his body was at the bottom of the pool. I wonder if there's something that would explain both of those things at once. How did the victim's body sink to the bottom of the pool? On a diagram, it's easy enough to move the body to the bottom of the pool. But in real life, the water would just cause the body to float. Right. Hold on, water. Okay, then what if we flip that around? What if there was no water, and the body would go right down in an instant? So, could the real manner of death be? Thanks for the great hint, Athena. I don't know if that makes sense, because, like, the orca needs to be somewhere, and also water takes a while to fill up. What? I helped you when I didn't even know it? Your Honor, I think we know the real manner of the victim's death. I think won't do, Mr. Wright. I expect a clear answer. Now then, what was the real manner of Jack Shipley's death? What's the manner of death that moved the victim to the bottom of the pool in an instant? Please take a look at this diagram of the orca pool. If there was no water in this pool, then it would be very easy to move the victim's body to the bottom of the pool. He dropped straight down. Oh my, could that be the true manner of death? The orca pool is about 65 feet deep. If the victim were to go from the top of the pool to the bottom when there was no water, then he would, without question, have fallen to his death. The death from a fall? That's your answer. It all makes perfect sense, except that it doesn't. Where's the orca during this time? Why is there no water? What are you talking about? If he fell, that would explain the signs of blunt force trauma all over the body, too. The culprit pushed the victim into the pool when there was no water in it. After doing something to keep the body from floating up, he filled the pool with water. The pool water washed away any signs of blood so no one would realize that he fell. Surprisingly, that actually makes sense. Order in the court. I'm just as surprised as you are, but I must have order. If falling was the manner of death, then does that mean that the defendant's behavior was the result of being manipulated by the true culprit as the defense claimed? Yes, it would have to be. All that needs to be explained now is how the real culprit commanded Orla. Also, where was the orca? Miss Buckler, is there a way to instruct Orla to bite someone? What? What kind of a trick would that be? Of course not. Then could you tell us about the tricks Orla does know? Well, there's jumping, dancing, and playing volleyball. And she can spin, do the rock and roll trick, and sing the swashbuckler spectacular song. Well, sound like pretty nice tricks, but I doubt they're related in this case. She's also practicing 2 new top secret tricks. There's the human rocket, where she shoots somebody up into the air. And there's the lifesaver trick, where she brings a drowning person to the surface. Hey, one of those top secret tricks might have something to do with this case. Now, which of those 2 tricks sounds relevant to the case? So in the lifesaver trick, Orla brings a drowning person to the surface, correct?
You got it? Orla's still learning how to hold someone gently in her mouth. So she sometimes bites into their clothes, but she's never hurt a person's skin. She brings a drowning person to the surface, and that must be it. And then the killer whale swam up toward the surface with the victim in its mouth.
That matches up perfectly with what Mr. Plume said in her testimony. The real culprit must have used the lifesaver trick command to manipulate Orla. Still find this very hard to believe. Then let's see it for ourselves. Let's have Orla show us her trick using a practice dummy. As you wish. Prosecution doesn't appear to have any objection. Miss Buckler, please proceed.
Okay, sure. I'll show you Orla's phenomenal trick. Hey, Marlin, are you ready over there? Okay, let me just go get the practice dummy. There, it's in the pool. Ready and standing by, Sasha. Here goes, Orla's secret new trick, lifesaver. Enemy. The clothes got torn up a little, but the dummy doesn't have any new marks on it. And there you have it. All the secret new trick.
Wow, that ochre really is something. Something like that wouldn't hurt anybody. Sounds like the gallery loved Orla's performance.
It was great. That awesome trick captured everybody's heart.
Oh, wonderful. Wish I could see more.
Looks like we silenced Prosecutor Blackwell.
Thank you, Orla and Miss Buckler. And thank you too, Mr. Rhymes. And so now you can clearly see how Orla was manipulated. The bottom of the orca pool needs to be examined immediately. We might still find some evidence of the victim falling to his death. Prosecutor Blackwell, please have that taken care of at once. Excuse me, Prosecutor Blackwell, but I'm requesting further investigation. Mean to him. Test, Prosecutor Blackwell. You have to answer the nice judge politely. Oh, that's right, I almost forgot. The thing you asked for just came in. Couldn't be bothered to think of a less violent way to deliver it. What did Prosecutor Blackwell ask for? Looks like autopsy report. They weren't quite done with it yet. Been waiting for this. Oh, and what is that? An updated autopsy report. What? Why did it have to come now? During the recess, I ordered the body to be re-examined. Something started nagging at me during the course of the trial, you see. Here. I take it you'd like me to read it. Very well. Cause of death thought to be from a 65-foot fall. Ripley's autopsy report updated in the court record. Alright. But this is decisive evidence that substantiates Mr. Wright's theory. What? Something good for a change? If the manner of death was falling into an empty pool, the orca can't be responsible. Seems Orla's complete innocence has been proven. Suppose I can't deny that.
This is fantastic! You did it, Mr. Wright! Prosecutor Blackwell isn't even trying to refute it. Orla is saved.
Yeah. Is it really safe to celebrate? It would appear more investigation into this case is necessary. But first allow me to render my verdict. The court finds the defendant, Orla Shipley, not guilty. I'm guessing next up is they're gonna say that, Buckler did it. And we have to...
You did it! Thank you so much, Phoenix. Thank you, Athena. Oh, and Marlon, thank you too.
Congrats, Sasha. Time to celebrate? Go on, eat up.
Glad to see everybody so happy. And I'm absolutely thrilled about the verdict.
I think you're right, don't know. Huh? For what? Drained pool. Thanks to you, truth is finally clear. Fulbright. Arrest this woman. Certainly, right away, Prosecutor Blackwell. Sasha Buckler, you are hereby under arrest for the murder of Jack Shipley. What? What are you talking about? What reason could you possibly have? Come now. You must have had some idea in the back of your dull little mind. True culprit manipulated the Orca in order to have false charges brought upon her. And who is the only one with the ability to accomplish that? It can only be the Orca's trainer. But I'm sure there's some other explanation.
Silence.
I don't need any baseless counter-arguments. Have you forgotten? In order to enter the Orca pool room, a security card is necessary. A security card that only the victim and Sasha Buckler possessed. Miss Buckler is the only one who could have caused the victim to fall to his death.
Ah. What the? No, I don't believe it. Miss Buckler was so upset by Mr. Shipley's death. She couldn't have done it.
Fulbright. We asked the security company yesterday to check their security card logs. The report just came in during the recess. The night before the incident, Sasha Buckler used her card to enter the Orca pool room. After that, not a single person entered the pool room. Not until the incident was discovered when Miss Buckler and the guard ran in.
Objection!
But no one would commit murder where their card usage was being recorded. Apparently, the aquarium employees don't know that their card usage is tracked. What's more, Miss Buckler was seen arguing with the victim before the incident. So, Miss Trainer, what were you arguing about?
It was a private matter. But it wasn't anything I would kill him over. That's ridiculous.
Miss Buckler is the only one who entered the room, and she knows how to command Orla. Besides, I thought her suspicious from the very beginning. You suspected Miss Buckler from the start. The Orca did tricks because someone commanded her to do so. Possibly someone with a heart so black as to make her own partner the murder weapon. The possibility the Orca killed the victim. The possibility a human manipulated the Orca. I looked into both. So he suspected both Sasha and Orla all along. My gratitude to you. After all, you were the one who drew out that information about the lifesaver trick. The Orca you saved was an unwitting victim. A victim made to look like a weapon that killed Jack Shipley.
No!
Alright, come along then. Let's have a good, long talk.
Wait, Dad didn't kill the captain. And I would never try to frame Orla. Why would I hurt the ones I love like that? Sasha. Phoenix, Athena, you gotta believe me. Sasha didn't kill him. I believe that with all my heart. There's gotta be something we can do.
I feel the same way. Could I have done something differently? But never in my wildest dreams did I imagine things turning out like this. It would appear that this case has taken on an entirely new aspect. But this trial is only concerned with the ruling on the defendant, Orla Shipley. So I'm afraid this concludes today's trial. Court is adjourned. Be continued.
Stretch.
July 21st, 1:13 p.m. Right Anything Agency.
That was a big sigh, Athena. Did you lose the case?
No, we won. The defendant was found not guilty.
Well, then why are you so dejected? Daddy, were you being mean to her? What, picking on the new kid? Not cool, Mr. Wright. Not cool.
Wait a minute. Talk about false accusations. We were able to prove the defendant's innocence.
But then Sasha got arrested instead. So that's what happened. That's too bad. So what are you two going to do now?
We're going to get to the bottom of this. I don't believe for a second that Sasha did what they're accusing her of.
I don't believe it either. I won't give up. Boss, let's go see Sasha and tell her we want to represent her.
Right now, I imagine she's still being questioned by the police. Let's get started on the investigation first and look for proof of her innocence.
Sounds like a plan. Just leave the office to me and Polly, Daddy. If there's anything I can do to help, just say the word.
Thanks. If you could organize the evidence and clean the office, that'd be great.
I meant anything I could do as a lawyer.
Unnecessary evidence given to Apollo. That takes care of that. Time to head to the scene of the crime. July 21st, Ship-Shape Aquarium. Orca Pool. Huh? There's no water in the pool. You should set up a fence or something. Oh wait, that was the wrong person.
Huh? There's no water in the pool. Orla, where are you?
I can hear her at the bottom of the pool. Maybe there's some water down there. That's,
Orla sounds so sad.
maybe she misses Sasha. Careful there, you shouldn't get right up to the edge like that. You don't want to end up like the victim. Besides, the police are still conducting their investigation here. Don't go poking around. You've got that other place where the performances go. Just put the orca in there while you're investigating. This is a really bad aquarium.
Detective Fulbright.
Is something wrong, Miss Lawyer? You look angry.
I object to you arresting Miss Buckler.
Detective, I'd like to ask you some questions about the case, if you don't mind. Go right ahead. Alright.
Miss Buckler is 100% innocent, so why did you arrest her?
I understand your desire to believe in her, but the fact remains that she's suspicious. Right now, there are investigators on the scene, so you can come in as you please. But ordinarily, a security card is required to enter this Oracle pool room. The victim and Sasha Buckler were the only ones who possessed this card. And yesterday, the day of the incident, there's proof the suspect's card was used. Security card added to the court record. Key card for gaining access to the Oracle pool. Only the victim and Sasha had one.
Objection! Somebody else could have used Miss Buckler's card.
Oh my, I guess that would be one possible explanation.
Didn't I sound just like a lawyer right there?
Yeah, we'd kind of be in trouble if you didn't. Except the suspect confirmed she entered the room at the time the record states. She said she was here from 3 to 6 a.m. on July 20th. Why? Apparently, she was giving the Oracle pool room a good clean. That would explain emptying it. Cleaning in the middle of the night. Yes, she said that a lot of the heavy-duty cleaning is done at night. The suspect also admits that she was fighting with the owner before his murder. What's more, nobody saw the victim again after he met with the suspect.
Objection! There must be something I can object to in there somewhere.
Save your objections for tomorrow's trial. By the way, Detective Fulbright, do you think Miss Buckler's questioning is over? No, not yet. But I told the guy in charge to take it easy on her.
Why? Is something wrong?
Oops, forget I said anything. It doesn't concern you two anyway. But it does concern us. We intend to represent Miss Buckler. Well, you do, in that case, have a favor to ask. Could you get this medicine to her? Medicine? Looks like a prescription from Hickfield Clinic. I've spent some time at that hospital myself. We confiscated it from her home when we were doing a search. I can't get away here, so if you could make sure she gets it, that would be great.
Medicine, huh? Does Miss Buckler have some illness?
I think that's the kind of question you'd better ask her. In justice we trust. Now I need to get back to the investigation. Prescription bag added to the court record. Seized from Sasha's residence. She apparently had this filled at the Hickfield Clinic. We can give it to her as soon as they let us talk to her. And we have to return her calendar to her as well. If we can't see Sasha or investigate, we should question people at the aquarium. Okay. Let's look over here. Okay, you're here. I guess we're going somewhere else. Anyone in here? July 21st, Ship Shape Aquarium, Pub O Danger. Huh? That door is open. It was closed yesterday. Well, you know what we have to do, right?
Of course, boss. We sneak in and check it out.
Hey, you two. Who's this? You're, something. Who barges into a person's lab without permission?
We're sorry.
My apologies, sir. She insisted.
Don't throw me under the bus, Mr. Wright.
A polite thing to do is knock and ask if you can come in. Now, start over.
Yes, sir. Come in. Thank you. Sorry to bother you.
Now, what can I do for you? Medical problems?
Well, yes. I'm not feeling super good at the moment. We're not making any progress on this murder investigation, and...
Hey, miss. Where's the patient? Don't you have your pet with you? Oh, wait a minute. That was my last job. This is the aquarium. I was exhausted from all that questioning. I must have fallen asleep.
Well, what's with this guy?
My apologies. I just woke up and I was a little groggy. I'm Dr. Herman Crab. I'm Shipshape's Aquarium resident veterinarian.
Oh, you're the Dr. Crab Mr. Rhymes mentioned yesterday.
And Rhymes also mentioned he hadn't seen Dr. Crab around. I wonder where he was. Son of a gun. This little thing doesn't let me get any sleep. What the hell is that? The world's smallest penguin? Silly cartoon penguin?
Beep, beep, beep. Oh, what a cute little thing. Who is it?
Penguin chick. Member of the little penguin species. She lives in my hair. That's not what chicks look like. They're like gray and downy. Much like your hair.
Oh, you're so lucky. I wish I had a pet to live in my hair.
Athena, no pets allowed in my office.
Aw, you're no fun.
If you two don't have any particular business with me, please leave. I have to get ready to make my rounds. Back in you go, little one. Wait, we'd like to ask you a few questions to save Miss Buckler. Hold on. Don't tell me you're the curious pair who defended Orla. That's right. Please, let us ask you a little about the case. Dr. Crab, were you gone from the aquarium yesterday? That's right. That's a minor business at the Supermarine Aquarium. Supermarine? That's a funny name for an aquarium.
A Supermarine Aquarium is the nation's biggest dolphin therapy treatment center. I go there myself. I'm friends with their dolphins.
You and Apollo were talking on animal-assisted therapy yesterday, weren't you? I go for the superhuman. I go to the Supermarine once a month, but I live here, of course. You live here at the aquarium? That's right. I have a sleeping bag here, and sometimes I use the nap room. I'm responsible for the health and well-being of all the marine creatures here. If any of them have a sudden medical emergency, I'll be here to help them.
Wow, you're kind of rough around the edges, Dr. Crab, but you care about your work.
Hey, buddy. Is this young lady trying to pick a fight with me? I apologize for her, sir. She tends to be too honest. Well, you're no paragon of politeness either, apparently.
Can we see the penguin chick again?
Stop, don't come any closer.
Ow!
I'm sorry she attacked you. She doesn't like anyone but me, I'm afraid. I was the first one she saw when she hatched, so she thinks I'm her parent. She targets people for my hair, so please be careful. She's just like a little sniper, isn't she? Exactly. That's why I named her Sniper. Her mother's name is Rifle. Sniper and Rifle, huh? What a dangerous-sounding mother and daughter.
So, this is Rifle's daughter, which means both mother and daughter now hate me.
Little penguins are generally belligerent little creatures. It's hard to get them to warm up. But they're nocturnal, so you might be able to touch them during the day. You and Sniper get along well, don't you? Just like Sasha and Orla. But unlike Sniper and me, the two of them seem to truly understand one another. This one keeps me awake every night. Looks like I won't sleep until she leaves the nest. It must be rough for him, but it's pretty cute to watch for us. Can you tell me anything about Jack Shipley's murder? I still can't believe Jack is gone. He's the one who brought me on board. How could he up and die on me?
Did you and Mr. Shipley get along?
He loved all animals and fish, but I'm not like that. But I still took pride in my work as a vet, nonetheless. We got along well enough as business associates. And it's thanks to him my laboratory is what it is today. It is a pretty amazing laboratory. Ah, you have discerning taste, I see. No one who's designed anything in this game knows how animals should live. Look at those fish. That's not correct. You can't have them all in there. They've got like nothing on the bottom. Like maybe if you're keeping them there temporarily, but you can't have all of them in there when you're doing that. There's too many. They're different sizes. They're all going to die. I could tell you more about my lab if you'd like. You're a terrible veterinarian. This place is just filled with electronics. What are those monitors for? Essentially, they're digital medical records for all the creatures here. I can also view the feed from the visitors corridor security camera here. I can speak. That way, I can see that silly mother penguin when she tries to escape. So you were the one who gave the security footage to the police? No, I wasn't here yesterday, but I did give my permission for them to take it. And I gave them a statement about Jack and Sasha arguing.
Oh, so you were the one who witnessed it.
That's right. It was late in the evening of the 19th, maybe about midnight. Saw them fighting near the aqua tunnel. I don't know what their argument was about, though. Are you sure you should be talking to us about this? Oh, don't stop him. Trying to shift my chair into a slightly more comfortable position. Really, the problem is mainly that the desk is just a little short. And also there's a drawer in front of where I sit. So I can't, like, sit my feet on the floor. I'm not taking sides. I give information to anyone who wants it. What you do with that information at Sasha's trial is up to you. I can still be captured properly from here, right? The audio is good? Oh my god. At least that one got blocked, but ugh.
Wow, you're kind of rough around the edges, Dr. Crab, but you're a pretty nice guy.
You are trying to pick a fight, aren't you, young lady?
Oh, isn't that cute? He's easily embarrassed. Beep, beep, beep.
Son of a gun, are you hungry again already? That silly mother penguin's nowhere to be found again. Beep, 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 beep. God, you quit peeping in my ear. According to her walkie-talkie, a rifle is somewhere around the aqua tunnel. If you see her, could you bring her to me? I have to go examine some other creatures.
No sweat, and this time I'll get her to like me too.
Rifle's escaped again. What is she, the Houdini of the penguin world? There's no guarantee we'll find her right away, but let's head for the aqua tunnel. July 21st, Ship Aquarium, Aqua Tunnel. Oh, it's you two, the blue and yellow duo. I'm very angry about what you did this morning. We ran into the sea lion before a penguin. I write the truth, and I will find the truth with my own eyes. I will be bested by the likes of the blue and yellow duo. When did we become the blue and yellow duo?
Athena will never give up.
In that case, I'll leave the question to you, Athena.
Thanks a lot, Widget. Well, at least she's a worthy adversary. Okay, let's do this.
You'll do great. You know, being the boss isn't half bad.
Have you been gathering material about last year's incident ever since?
That's correct. An acquaintance of the victim asked me to look into it, you see. An acquaintance of the victim? I refuse to divulge any information about my clients. The aquarium is saying it was an accident, but I don't believe that is the truth. It seems to me they're all hiding something. Every last one of them. The only thing I can think is that the killer whale murdered that poor girl.
But you don't even know if that's true or not.
That's enough out of you, yellow girl. As I said, I'm still investigating the matter. Once I learn the truth, I plan to write a sequel to this book. She's completely taken with her investigation. I came to make a report on the anniversary of the previous trainer's death. Only to find the aquarium owner murdered. I was deeply shocked. So this incident happened on the exact same date as the last one. It can't be a coincidence. Anyway, we'd better ask Mr. Plume about today's trial.
So, you heard Orla singing, and that's when you realized something was happening?
Correct! Ooh, it's all so galling. I still can't believe the culprit used me, a Norma Diploma. In any case, I swear the killer whale's song brings misfortune. First last year, now again.
A fun song like that? How could it bring misfortune to anyone?
You think that barbaric song is fun? I'll never understand the taste of children. I don't remember that swashbuckler spectacular song being all that barbaric. Well, if you don't remember it, I'll gladly sing it for you.
Avast, mateys, landlubbers ho, hand o'er all your gold.
Okay.
Pillage, plunder, then feast like kings. Them's the joys of pirating.
That's how it goes. Now what is fun about those lyrics, pray tell? She seemed to be enjoying it well enough.
Wait a minute, that isn't the Swashbuckler Spectacular song. This is the song from the Swashbuckler Spectacular.
Oh, we be pirates, we love to sail the seven seas. Just a bunch of scallywags who are as free can be. We swim through storms and waves, all because you see, grand treasure and adventures waiting just for me.
What was that? I've never heard that song before.
What? It's the song they use in the Swashbuckler Spectacular.
Oh, we be pirates who love to sail the seven seas. I wasn't paying enough attention to recall the tune.
Just a bunch of scallywags who as free can be. Swim through storms and waves, all because you see, treasure and adventures waiting just for me.
But that can't be. It's completely different from the song a year ago.
They changed it. They made a new one.
Vast mateys, landlubbers ho, hand over all your gold. Pillage, plunder, then feast like kings. Shut up, my alarm. The joys of pirating. Unless you show me some proof, I won't believe your song is right. She's so stubborn. Well, if it's proof she wants, it's proof she'll get of the Swashbuckler Spectacular Song. This recording contains a Swashbuckler Spectacular Song. In it, you can hear Miss Buckler and Orla singing together. Whales. Okay. But I've never heard this song before. But they always sing the song during the Swashbuckler Spectacular. Well, I haven't seen the show recently. A year ago, they used the song that I sang to you. I'd recognize it anywhere. Perhaps that killer whale can sing 2 songs. According to Miss Buckler, Orla only knows 1 song. And what was that song that I heard? We wish we knew. The orca sang a song she isn't supposed to know how to sing. Swashbuckler video updated in the court record. The show song on his video is different from the one De Plume heard. It's obvious I have a lot more investigating to do on Shipshape Aquarium. And perhaps I'd better look into the Center for Dangerous Animal Control as well. Center for Dangerous Animal Control? What's that? Can you tell us about the Center for Dangerous Animal Control? Just as the name implies, it's an organization that monitors dangerous animals. The center demanded that the aquarium put the killer whale down a year ago. But put her down? But the aquarium owner refused their demand, saying it was an accidental death. And I hardly think a persistent organization like that would just give up and go away. I'm quite sure the power of money helped convince them. What makes you think that? Once a month, the owner and the vet disappear from this aquarium. I came to find out that each time a large amount of money was being paid out. Oh, and you think the money was going to the Center for Dangerous Animal Control? I'm looking into it now, so you'll have to wait till my book comes out to see. Do they have any authority? In any case, I can't catch that man out on anything. But that veterinarian is not to be trusted. Dr. Herman Crab. There's still so much we don't know about him. Well, I don't see Rifle here. What do you want to do next? I think we'd better stop by the office and discuss a plan of action. I guess we'll go do that. July 21st, right? Anything, agency.
3, 2, 1. Ta-da! Wow, you pulled Mr. Nick's cell phone for your magic panties. That's amazing. That's all for Trucy's Magic Show. Come back and see me next time. Great job, Trucy. You never fail to impress. I have no idea how you did that either.
We're back. Oh, Pearl's stopping by for a visit.
Hello, Mr. Nick. Are you missing something?
Thanks. How the old magic panties, huh?
How's the investigation going, Mr. Wright?
We don't have much time, but we didn't get a chance to check out the crime scene yet.
I see. Oh, speaking of checking out the crime scene, Daddy, you should bring your forensics kit with you. Fingerprint powder to check for prints, and luminol testing fluid to look for blood. Wow, Trucy, I didn't know you had stuff. I didn't know you had stuff like that too. Yeah, I got them from a detective friend of mine. Mr. Nick, I'd like to help you with your investigation. Can I borrow your forensicing kit?
I feel bad making you work when you're supposed to be here having fun.
I don't mind, and I'd like to see your rifle again, too. If you have anything for me to do, I'd like to help, too.
Yeah, thanks. I'll be sure to ask you if anything comes up then.
Well, I'll be right here, hanging around watering Charlie, if you think of anything.
I appreciate that, Apollo. I've got some good kids here. Alright, team, let's do our best. I have faith we can save Sasha altogether.
It sure feels nice to be part of a great group like this. I just want to say that I really love working here with all you fabulous people. Thank you for bringing me aboard, boss.
Same here, Athena. She's so earnest, she's making me blush.
Okay, let's all run over to the aquarium. I hope Guy can be of some use with the forensicing kit.
Hey, wait up, you two! They left without me. July 21st, Ship-Shape Aquarium, Orca Pool. In justice we trust! Good timing! We're done with the crime scene for now. And we're just about to examine the show stage. Marlon Rhymes helped with the cleaning, so we've got to go talk with him. I thought he'd be more tight-lipped than this, but hey. You're welcome to look around here now if you'd like. Thank you, I think we'll do just that. Oh, by the way, if you want to examine the bottom of the pool, I recommend using that hoist over there by the ladder to get down. That crane-like thing hanging from the ceiling, right? Got it. Stand on the ladder platform and the police guard will operate it for you. Thanks. Why couldn't the pool be less deep? Well, good luck to us both. In justice we trust.
Now that Detective Fulbright's gone, we can do anything we want here.
The guard is still here, so keep your voice down when you say stuff like that, Athena. One of the giant octopus's legs had been broken off. Well, the spike sure can do a lot of damage. Mr. Shipley must have been really strong to be able to return those hits.
I'm pretty amazing myself when it comes to strength. I run every day and I go mountain climbing too. I bet I could return Orla's spike. Well, I'll be able to someday anyway.
You really have to turn every little thing into a competition. Debris. This is the door. Only the victim and Sasha had security cards for this door. And Sasha was the only one who had entered this room up until the time of discovery.
It won't be easy, but we can do this. Kind problem. Sasha was devastated by Mr. Shipley's death. That means the true culprit has to be someone else. So chin up, boss. Onward and upward.
As the boss, shouldn't I be the one giving her a pep talk? And looks like the water was drained for the police investigation. Seems kind of sad somehow without the water.
When something that was there before is suddenly gone, it has a psychological effect. Like, for example, if all the magic props in the office were suddenly put away neatly.
I don't think that's ever gonna happen as long as Trucy continues to practice magic.
Well, she might not always be interested in magic, you know. She's at the age when young women start to worry about their future. The same thing happened to me, and I ended up becoming a lawyer.
I'm pretty sure Trucy will always be interested in magic. Alright, let's get down there.
Yesterday, I asked around about this Orca pool room, you know. They said that this hoist is used to move the equipment and even Orla herself.
How do they move Orla?
I thought you'd ask that. Apparently, they use a stretcher made especially for an orca.
Oh, what do you know? Athena looks pleased with herself. Wait, how do I get... Oh. Let's use the hoist to go down to the bottom of the pool.
You good?
This must be Orla's bedroom. There's even a sofa and everything.
Orla, congratulations on your not guilty verdict, but we have bad news. Now Sasha's been arrested instead.
Orla seems sad.
I'm sure she is. I can sense the sadness filling her heart. Because this little pool sucks. Don't worry, Orla. We'll save Sasha. I think Orla's wishing us good luck.
Orla really seems to understand what we're saying.
She can't understand our words, but I'll bet she can understand our hearts.
Nothing in that side is important. We have a little lantern here.
They called this the captain's cabin on TV. Every night, by the light of a lantern, Orla pores over her treasures.
Sounds more like a miserly housewife going over family finances. You have a drain? All the treasures?
Wow, look at all that treasure! Those jewels in that crown are huge.
They sure are. I guess everything is size large around here.
No, everything is size Orla.
I stand corrected. I'm not done.
Is this a good time to get started, Mr. Nick?
Huh? Started with what?
This is the crime scene, right? So this should be the perfect place to start forensicking.
She wants to use the forensics kit so badly, she's practically beaming. Okay, let's do it. Forensicking it is.
Right, I get help.
Alright, we'll need these.
What's with the glasses, Mr. Wright?
It's not like they're a fashion statement. We need them to see if there's any blood. Alright, Pearls, you spray the luminol wherever I need it, okay?
Got it, Mr. Nick. I won't miss an inch.
Got your glasses on, everybody? Good. Now to check out the bottom of the pool. I wasn't done looking at things.
Look, I see something. If your deductions are correct, boss, I guess this luminol reaction means that the victim hit this skull-shaped rock when he fell to his death.
I guess so. Skull rock added to the court record. There's a blood stain on the rock. The victim may have struck it when he fell to his death. Spray the orca.
Oh no! I'm so sorry, I got someone Orla by mistake. Calm down, Pearly, it's okay.
Look, there are luminol reactions on Orla, too.
The poor thing was bleeding yesterday. The luminol must be showing her injuries.
But wait a minute. Mr. Plume said the blood disappeared when Orla put on the hat.
Huh? So shouldn't her injuries be under her hat?
If this blood isn't from Orla's injuries, then what could it be? Forensics expert, having performed every forensic technique at least once in all three. Okay. I guess that's about it for inside the pool.
And let me just get a quick photo to remember the occasion by. It's not every day we get to see the bottom of an aquarium pool. Yeah, that's a good shot. I'll mark where the luminol reactions were. Yay, my first collaborative work with Pearly.
Pool bottom photo added to the court record. Photo of the bottom of the pool and the location of the blood stains are the locations of the blood stains detected with luminol are sketched in. I hear something.
Orla? Boss, something's wrong with Orla.
What? You're right. She's listless. And she's sinking.
Oh no, maybe it's because of that luminol I got on her. Oh, what do we do, Mr. Nick?
We can't do anything for ourselves. Let's get Dr. Crab.
I'll run and get him. Oh, it's Orla's condition.
She's listless and singing. Maybe she's unconscious?
The pool is drained. Son of a gun, who did this? She'll drown unless we do something. Here, give me a hand.
Huh? Us?
Oh, I meant the Steel Samurai. Of course, you. Just help me. What? All right. What do you want us to do? So time to fill the pool to get her up to the top. Get the orca stretcher. This piece of black cloth with a skull and crossbones on it. It looks like a pirate flag. When the stretcher's ready, press the hoist button.
Okay, we're on it. So this pirate flag's a stretcher for the orca, huh?
We can't use it with all this stuff on it. Let's clear it off. Let's clear it off.
Neatly organized also.
Good. Now push the hoist button and lower the stretcher. Control panel's on the wall to your right.
Huh, this must be the button to move the hoist. Dr. Crab, the stretcher is ready.
Good. Let's get it under Orla. I'll take it from here. Stand back. I have to treat her immediately. There's something in her stomach. There, I got it all out.
Will Orla be alright, Dr. Crab?
Yes, she'll be fine. She's just sleeping now. Orcas are mammals, so they won't die if they're out of the water for a little while.
They're not really built to be out of the water. It helps with gravity.
Their own weight puts stress on their organs, and their skin starts to dry out. I put some of my special handmade cream on her skin as an emergency measure.
I'll feel better soon, Orla.
Oh, if only I hadn't gotten that luminol on her. Luminol? Nah, no problem there. That stuff just washes right off. Orla's condition has nothing to do with you, young lady. Really? And what is wrong with Orla? I don't need to share that information with you people. It's none of your business. I have to get back to my rounds, so I'll leave the rest to the crew. Please keep an eye on Orla while I rouse up some crew members.
Dr. Crab sure is acting funny. Seems to be hiding something. Maybe we should check on Orla's condition before the staff get here. No, not the water. I wasn't trying to click on the water. Stop it. That's not what I was doing. This thing. Oh, I guess it's just part of this. How are you?
Orla, open your eyes!
I know how you feel, Athena, but we'd better let Orla rest right now.
How did this happen? Mr. Wright, we have to examine her ourselves right now.
I wish we could, but we're lawyers, remember?
But there must be something we can do.
Well, we can investigate the cause of her condition. And we have evidence that might tell us something about the cause. Well, we should check out the contents of Orla's stomach. I guess. Hey, I see something mixed in with the fish. Sleeping medication?
It looks like a medicine capsule. There's something written on it. I think it says 3 Z's. What would it be doing in Orla's stomach? Series capsule added to the court record. This strange capsule that was found in Orla's stomach. 3 Z's is printed on it. I wonder what kind of medicine it is. Let's ask Dr. Crab. Might have something to do with Orla's condition.
Maybe we'd better not ask. He must have noticed it himself, yet he didn't mention it. He's hiding something about Orla's condition. If we show him the capsule, he might try to take it away from us.
Yeah, I guess he was acting pretty sketchy. Okay, let's look into ourselves then.
Good idea. When we get back to the office, we can ask for Apollo's help.
I guess that wraps up our investigation here.
Orla still isn't fully awake yet.
Oh, here comes some staff. Looks like they're going to put Orla back in the pool.
And I guess they're going to fill the pool back up. I bet that will take a while. Well, I guess we can leave Orla in the staff's capable hands now.
Right. So, where to now?
Let's head to the show stage next. If we're lucky, the police will be done with the place. July 21st, Ship-Shape Aquarium, show stage. So this is where they hold the Swashbuckler Spectacular, huh? Looks like the police are done with their work here.
Stretch out my legs. Ugh. Hey, it's you lawyers. How could you let Sasha get arrested? Whoops. My sock fell down. Didn't I ask you to take care of her?
We're sorry we couldn't prevent her from getting arrested. But as her lawyers, we'll do everything we can for her.
Sorry I got upset. If there's anything I can do to help Sasha, just say the word. Marlon, you can trust me, Mr. Nick. I'm going to do what I can too with this forensicing kit. I'm going to cover this whole area with forensicing. Atta girl, small fry. You can have free reign of this place.
I want to check this place out, but I'd better talk to Mr. Rhymes too. Well, let's look around first. So that it doesn't say, hey, stop.
There's a skeleton adrift. It's just a prop. Were you really scared?
A little bit. But you're screaming. There's a skeleton and enemy defeated by Orla's pirates.
No, he's an informant named the Skeleton Kid. A dashing, spirited character, neither friend nor foe.
So you're saying he's alive in the show? You got the water itself.
Look at this pool, it's huge! So this is where they do the Swashbuckler Spectacular.
The show pool is the same depth, but this is the Orca pool. They practice the tricks in the Orca pool and then do the real show here. Are you interested in the Swashbuckler Spectacular?
Of course! I've only seen it on TV though.
Well, I'm new here, so I've never even seen it once. Athena's a big fan. She watches the recording over and over.
I love the show and the ocean. Standing here makes me feel like I'm at the beach.
Especially with it open to the sky. You can even hear the sound of the surf nearby. Why don't you take a dip in the pool?
Really? I can? In that case? What are you talking about? You can't swim here.
We were just joking.
Right. Of course, I was just joking too.
Don't tell me she was actually going to do it. This doesn't even get in the water. This ladder only goes down to the surface of the water. Not even.
Well, it's not like a public pool. Everybody who gets into this pool knows how to swim. Just like in the courtroom. It's sink or swim in there. A newbie could really get hurt. You know, like last time in court, I could have really gotten injured. I was an inch away from getting attacked by a witness.
Yeah, a trial with Apollo can be a pretty dangerous affair. The scallion was in the Swashbuckler Spectacular too, wasn't it?
Look at that cute little figurehead. It looks just like Orla.
It is cute, but it looks like it's also a cannon.
The enemy lets their guard down and then blam! Very piratey, don't you think?
I thought Orla and Sasha were supposed to be the good guys.
We should do the same thing in court. Lure 'em in and then blam! Present evidence.
I don't think the judge would appreciate any blamming in his court. More crane. We saw the same device in the Orca pool room too, huh?
Yeah, we used it to lift Orla when she was on the stretcher. In the show, Sasha makes a grand entrance by hanging down from this thing. Ooh, we should think of it. Ooh, we should think of a cool grand entrance for us too.
I've always wanted to burst into the middle of somebody else's trial with a loud bang.
I've always wanted to crash in through the ceiling. I bet that would really knock the socks off the judge and the gallery.
Just what exactly was this girl learning while she was in Europe? Lost rock, a sign. This colorful sign. Did Miss Buckler make it?
Wow, how'd you know? Yeah, that sign's for the new show. Before she went to clean, she painted it and left it to dry. She told me to keep an eye on it while I was taking care of the orca.
How'd you know it was Swashbuckler Spectacular?
Huh? Isn't that the skull rock there on the right?
Mr. Rhymes, is the Skull Rock a part of the set for the new show? We know that it is. They said that. Somewhere. Yeah. Well, who will obtain the cold coins hidden in the Skull Rock?
Yeah, I guess so.
If they were going to use it in the show, what's it doing in the Orca pool? So, update in the court record, new show prop that was in the Orca pool. Pickman struck it when he fell.
The sign is so eye-catching with all those twinkling stars.
I think
they're supposed to be starfish. It's for the pirate show, after all.
a few of them look more like leaves to me. Yeah, the ones up in the corner look like penguin footprints, maybe. Handmade sign added to the court record. Sign Sasha made for the new show. It's been left to dry since the early hours of the 20th. Sasha put so much effort into making the sign for the new show. No wonder she was mad about what happened. Huh? I wonder what he's talking about. I'd better ask. We've examined pretty much everything here, but... I hear you helped Sasha with the cleaning, Mr. Rhymes.
Well, not really helped. I was just taking care of the orca here while she cleaned. Sasha felt bad for making Orla stay up so late, so she asked me to give her a snack. It was a little bit less than an ordinary meal, but she seemed satisfied. Oh, yeah, and I put Orla on the transport stretcher, too.
Transport stretcher?
See that hoist up there on the right? The stretcher can be suspended from it. The stage show is right next to the orca pool room, so... And we use the hoist to move the orca or cargo between the two areas.
So the rail we saw in the orca pool room runs all the way here, huh?
Hi, did you want to take a ride?
Aerial investigation, huh? Sounds good to me. No, that's okay. I like my investigations on sweet terra firma.
Actually, the hoist can only be operated from the orca pool room.
Oh, that's right. I remember seeing the hoist control panel in there. So, I'm sorry, but I can't give you a ride without somebody on the other end. No need to be sorry. Dodge that bullet. If it wasn't Miss Buckler or Orla, who else could have killed Mr. Shipley? Well, I know Sasha's innocent, but I'm not so sure about the Orca. What? But we proved her innocence in court this morning. But a few days ago, that Orca attacked Sasha right here in the show pool. I saw that Orca take Sasha's body into her mouth and squeeze her chest. Her chest? They were probably practicing the lifesaver trick. Sasha was being crushed so bad she couldn't even blow the whistle. Wanted to help her right away, but look, I hate to admit it, but I froze. I'm a weak man. I can't protect anyone. I doubt there are many people who would pit themselves against an Orca. Everybody tried to talk her out of it, but she wouldn't give up on practicing. When we said Orla could kill her, she said she trusted Orla. Yeah, well, everybody else seems to think Orla's a killer. How can you trust a creature that can't speak? You can't even know what it's thinking. But with orcas and dolphins, you can have communication of the heart. You say Miss Buckler was mad. Was it because of the new show? My big mouth. Okay, but you never heard it from me. There was a rumor that the captain wasn't gonna let Sasha be in the new show. What? But why not? I don't know. It was just a rumor. I don't know if it was true. So Mr. Shipley was going to do the show all by himself? Swashbuckler flyer updated in the court record. Appears that Sasha was not slated to return. I can't even imagine the show without Miss Buckler. It would be like, where's the beef? Is she trying to say it would be like bones without any meat on them? What are you talking about? Sasha wanted to go back to the old Swashbuckler Spectacular. But now that the captain's gone, who knows what's gonna happen with the show.
Mr. Nick, I found some peculiar fingerprints.
Gross, I almost forgot she'd been forensicing for me all this time.
Oh, what was that?
Hello, what brings you out here? Prosecutor Blackwell, what are you doing here? Just some business to attend to. Prosecutor Blackwell insisted, so I brought him along to get a little exercise. Is it business with us? No, not you. My business is with that animal keeper there. Marlon Rhymes, you will be a witness for the prosecution tomorrow. You gotta be kidding. Why would I want to testify against Sasha? What you want does not matter. Now come along. But if I leave, who's gonna feed the Orca? The other animal keepers are too scared to go near her now.
Maybe I can help. I'm concerned about Orla's health, and this way I can stay close and look after her. I can feed her and do a telecast too if you need me to. I'll do anything to help.
Sounds like Pearls wants to do something nice for Orla and make sure she's okay.
Small fry, are you tripping? That Orca's dangerous, you know. I'll be fine. I'm just happy to help. Oh, but I don't have a TV phone. I won't be able to contact you if I have to do a telecast. Marlon, may I please borrow yours?
What? Sure, small fry. Anything for you. Especially when you're going out of your way to help like this. Especially when you're going out of your way to help like this. I don't know if I'm going to testify, but I guess I can at least hear what the police have to say. Thanks for your cooperation. Now, justice will be served with a strategy meeting.
Ugh, come on, Mr. Wright. Let's get back to our investigation.
How sad. Police have already investigated all there is to investigate. Your efforts are a waste of time. Nothing we do to try and save our client is a waste of time, Prosecutor Blackwell. Today, the Oka. Tomorrow, Sasha Buckler. You intend to save them both. You say you believe in your clients, but isn't money really your true motivation? Why not admit you're only doing this for your own benefit? I could understand that much more readily than your empty righteous talk.
Our own benefit? That's not why we're doing it.
Now, Athena, try not to let him get to you. All right, we should be off, Prosecutor Blackwell. In justice we trust.
Never been so insulted. Be right back. I need some water to wash away the anger.
Uh-oh, she hit Prosecutor Blackwell with that water. He doesn't seem to care, though. She'd jump in the pool. In your clothes.
I guess prosecutors these days are more about harsh monochrome than fancy frills.
Oh, wait, what about those peculiar fingerprints you said you found, Pearls?
I'll tell you all about them.
So, tell me about this big discovery you made.
Well, I don't know if it's a big discovery, but I found some odd fingerprints on the pool ladder over there.
Upside down. Interesting. Okay, so what's so peculiar about them?
Well, they're on the left side of the ladder, but they're right-handed prints. Wouldn't a person usually hold the left side of the ladder with their left hand? Plus, I think they were made from above by grasping the ladder with the right hand.
Now that you mention it, that is strange. Wonder whose prints they are.
I compared them with the prints on file, and they turned out to be Marlon's.
How did he manage to leave prints in such an awkward position?
So, Mr. Nick, was I helpful?
Yes, you are. Thank you very much, Pearls. I don't know if they're related to the case yet, but I'll keep them in mind. Ladder print added to the court record. These fingerprints discovered by Pearls at the show stage. They're rhymes, but something's odd about them.
I bet Detective Fulbright doesn't know about these prints. I imagine their search wasn't as thorough here as it was at the crime scene.
You're probably right. I'm sure they checked everything at the actual crime scene. But I guess they can't do forensics on every inch of the aquarium.
But we could, thanks to Pearlie. And now we have a new piece of information. Oh, you're embarrassing me, Athena.
Why?
Hey, it's Rifle. We've got to catch her. Don't worry, she's been a good girl right here. She's being a good girl right here on my lap.
Well, I'm glad she's been found. I forgot we were looking for her, actually.
Yeah, thanks again to Pearlie.
I think somebody's jealous.
Well, I think I'll go talk to the staff about Orla.
Alright, good luck, Pearls, and thanks again. Well, I guess we're done with things here. What do you want to do next?
How about if we have Apollo check out our mystery evidence?
Oh, that's right, we haven't done that yet. Good idea, let's stop by the office. July 21st, Write Anything Agency.
Oh, you're back. How is the investigation going?
It's going pretty well, but there are still things we need answers to.
Let me know if there's anything I can do to help.
Would you like to help out with the investigation, Apollo?
You better you would. What do you want me to work on?
Let's see. I don't actually have anything to do.
Okay, and it's suddenly crickets. Oh, I know, boss. Let's have Apollo look at the evidence we collected.
Oh, good idea. He might notice something that will help with this. That will help us win this case.
Okay. Check out this.
Apollo, there's something I'd like your help with.
You have work for me? What is it?
Could you have this capsule checked out? I think it's some kind of medicine.
Sure thing, Mr. Wright. I'll go to a hospital or something and have someone take a look. Let's see. I'm pretty sure the closest one is Hickfield Clinic.
Good luck, Apollo, and thanks.
I wonder if they'll let us see Sasha now.
It has been quite a while. Let's stop by the detention center and see. We have something to deliver to her, too. Don't forget. July 21st, detention center, visitors room.
Alright, boss, chin up. We have to lift sausage spirits.
I like your enthusiasm.
Whoops. That's probably noisy. Thank you. Ahoy there, me hearties. Thank you for coming. Be in good spirits. Worry not about me. She's trying to cheer us up. Oh, well, that went over like a lead balloon. I was trying to make up for all your trouble.
Maybe the two of you need to take it easy. I guess they both had the same idea.
We came to let you know that we can take on your defense, if you'll have us. What?
Is something wrong? Why is she hiding from us?
Prosecutor Blackwell said that you two would abandon me. But here you are, it's my rescue. That's why I'm so happy.
It sounds like she's crying back there.
Of course we wouldn't abandon you. Oh, Sasha, don't cry.
Maybe the two of you need to take it easy. Right, now I've got cryings in stereo.
Sure. Okay, I'm alright now. Thank you for taking on my case. We're glad to do it.
Well, now that you're smiling again, we have a few questions to ask you. On the night before the murder, did you enter the Orca pool room alone?
That's right. On July 20th from 3 to 6 a.m. I was there cleaning and organizing. The captain and I were actually supposed to clean together starting at 4 a.m., but we got in a fight. I couldn't face him, so I went an hour early and started cleaning.
What does the Orca pool cleaning involve? What does the Orca pool room cleaning involve?
Well, first we have to move Orla to the show stage pool before we get started.
Mr. Rhymes mentioned he took care of Orla in the show stage pool.
But after Orla was moved, I drained the pool and rearranged the equipment and props.
And did the captain ever show up?
4 a.m. came and went, but he never showed up. But he never showed. I bet he was mad at me. I wish I'd apologized to him instead of being all prickly and angry like a scorpion fish. I'm glad we could prove Orla's innocence, but we didn't know you would get arrested. As long as Orla's safe, I'm happy. I'm so glad I found you two. You guys are the best. I'm glad you found us too. You're the best, Sasha. I never imagined Orla's tricks would ever be used to commit a crime.
Could you tell us more about the lifesaver trick?
Yeah, sure. There's a little speaker on the captain's clothes and on the training dummies. That speaker can emit sound waves. When a trick command is issued with a whistle, Orla uses the sound waves as a guide to find the person she's supposed to rescue.
I see. Does anybody else know about how that trick works?
The entire crew knows about it, but it takes quite a bit of practice to be able to command the lifesaver trick. It wouldn't be easy to do for anybody who wasn't a trainer.
And that's why they suspected Sasha.
And Orla can only perform one trick per signal. In other words, she can't perform 2 tricks at a time.
Also updated in the court record. Orla performs 1 trick per signal, she can't do 2 at a time. Wait, so she can't do the singing trick and the lifesaver trick at the same time. So what was that song Mr. Bloom heard?
Oh, Mr. Wright, I just remembered. We have something to return to Sasha.
Oh, yeah, you're right. I have it right here in evidence. And we have to give Sasha that item Detective Fulbright gave us, too. We have objects for you. Start with this. This is your calendar, isn't it, Sasha?
Huh? No, mine's at the aquarium.
Yeah, Mr. Rhymes said he found this one in the nap room.
Huh? I didn't think anybody else at the aquarium used a calendar like that.
The owner of this calendar had a meeting scheduled with the victim. This mystery person might be the killer. We better find the calendar's owner. Calendar updated in the court record. It turns out this doesn't belong to Sasha. A meeting with the victim was scheduled for 7 a.m. on the 20th. Alright. And also this is yours. And Detective Fulbright asked us to give you this medicine.
Ah, that bilge-sucking blackguard had the spine to send me a gift. Dread pirate mustache. Don't stand there gaping like a weak little minnow. Have at ye. Ooh, a real swashbuckling battle. Ah, if it be a fight you want, a fight you shall have.
Could you two please not drop into show mode out of the blue?
Okay, sorry about that. Yeah, I'll take that medicine.
She's acting kind of funny. What is the medicine for, by the way?
Well, I guess I can't keep it a secret from you two. I suffer from a heart condition. A heart condition? Then you'd better get to the hospital right away.
Take it easy, Athena. She's in detention, remember? I'm sure she's managing it.
Don't worry, it's not serious as it sounds. They can fix it with surgery. Not serious? A heart condition is a heart condition. Don't tell us not to worry. Yeah, I'm sorry. The captain was just as mad as me the day before yesterday. We both got so worked up at one point, it was like a shark eats shark situation.
That sounds scary. Do you mind if I ask you more about the fight? Why were you arguing with Mr. Shipley?
The captain knew about my heart condition, and he was worried about me. So he said he wouldn't put me in the new show. See, I'm not in the new flyer. Oh, you're right. It's just Orla and the new adversary, Red Stash. I was so upset and frustrated. I was still crying when I went to do the cleaning. And I cried for quite a while before I drained the pool, too. But then, you know what? Orla did a trick to try and cheer me up. She acted out the scene where she defeats the giant octopus by spiking a ball at it. She spiked that ball so hard she even ended up breaking off one of the octopus's legs.
What a dramatic way to cheer up a friend.
So that's why we argued, because he wasn't going to put me in the new show. But I was determined to be in the show yesterday. It was July 20th, you see. The anniversary of the death of the trainer before me. Azura Summers.
The person Norma de Plume wrote about in her book.
I wanted to explain to the audience that it was an accident, not murder. That's why I needed to be in that show so bad. So during the clean-in, I moved the skull rock to the orca pool. What? But why? It was a key prop. I figured the new show couldn't go on without it. I thought they'd be forced to switch back to the old show.
Wow, that was pretty extreme. Skull Rock updated in the court record, moved from the show pool during cleaning time. The victim struck it when he fell to his death. So Sasha moved the skull rock to the orca pool at the time of the cleaning. And if there's blood on that rock, then that must mean that the victim's death occurred after the rock was moved. Around what time did you finish up the cleaning?
It was about 6 a.m.
So that places suspicion on whoever met with the victim after 6 a.m. So Ajara Summers was the trainer before you.
That's right. She was a year older than me. She taught me all about how to command Orla.
I bet Ajara and Sasha were like sisters to one another.
She was the one who taught me the signals for the singing and lifesaver tricks too. After she died, I swore on this charm. I vowed to become a great trainer someday, just like Ajara.
What is that charm?
It's a keepsake to remember Ajara by. She always wore it. She told me once she and her boyfriend had matching charms. I never found out who he was, so I couldn't give this one to him. I've had it ever since.
You're keeping the memory of Miss Summers alive.
The captain always carried around a memento of Ajara too, her walkie-talkie.
Wouldn't the boyfriend have been at the funeral? Or did you not go and ask anyone there? I guess you were maybe distracted, but... Huh? Did the victim have a walkie-talkie on him? We did find one. Maybe I should show Sasha the victim's photos and see what she has to say. The victim didn't appear to have a walkie-talkie with him at the time of his death.
Oh, but I talked to the captain on his walkie-talkie before I started the cleaning.
But there's no walkie-talkie shown in these crime scene photos.
I don't understand it. The captain always kept that walkie-talkie with him. Maybe the culprit took it away.
Maybe, but what would be the point of that? I'd better organize the data I have on the victim in the court record. Shipley's autopsy report and photos of the body consolidated. Fair enough.
The captain always kept that walkie-talkie by his side. It was the walkie-talkie Ajara used right up until her death. In the middle of the show, Yorka brought Ajara up to the surface in her mouth. She left tooth marks in Ajara's walkie-talkie. The captain said he always kept that walkie-talkie with him so he'd never forget.
So the walkie-talkie was really important to the victim.
But now the captain is dead too. I'm the only one left who can protect Orla from the ship's doctor.
Protect Orla from the ship's doctor? I wonder what Sasha means. What did you mean by protect Orla from the ship's doctor?
You know, Ermin Crab. Ever since the accident a year ago, he's been completely different. When Ajara died, he said he was going to euthanize the orca. Before that, he always used to say that euthanizing animals was a despicable act. Euthanize the orca? That's horrible! They all thought that Ajara's death was the orca's fault. Nobody believed in her but me. The ship's doctor always keeps poison to euthanize the orca with on hand. And if Orla had been pronounced guilty in yesterday's trial, he would have used it.
He was going to put her down right away?
That ship's doctor was close with both the captain and Ashura, you know. I think he hates Orla.
I guess we'd better look into Dr. Crab a little more.
Boss, let's go see Dr. Crab.
I was just thinking the same thing. I have a lot of questions to ask him. July 21st, Ship-Shape Aquarium, Hub O Danger. Oh, it's Pearls. And Rifle, what are you doing here?
Rifle came in here, so I followed her.
Oh, that's right. We were supposed to deliver Rifle to him. I completely forgot.
Oh, Rifle! What are you doing? Stop that! You silly mother penguin, what have you injured my spectacular genius brain?
Dr. Crab, are you alright?
Huh? No, it's you people. I see you brought Rifle for me.
Rifle was really laying into you.
Oh, she hates me because she thinks I took her baby away from her.
Why doesn't the tiny one get the voice thingy? Gee, Rifle looks so happy. Is she actually playing with Sniper?
God, stop all this cacophony!
The biological parent and the caregiver parent locked in a struggle over the child.
You think you could hold this silly mother penguin down for me? Alright, I will try.
What are you doing? I think Rifle just threw something up.
Oh, I'm getting food for Sniper out of Rifle. Other penguins stock food for their babies in their stomachs. They break it down in there so that it's easier for the baby to eat.
Wow, you sure know a lot about animals.
He's a veterinarian. You're trying to pick a fight with me again, aren't you, young lady? Yes, I know a lot about animals. I am a licensed veterinarian. Rifle certainly isn't in a bad mood, even for her.
Is Rifle okay?
Hold on, I'm checking her now. Girl in the strange outfit. Could you turn Rifle over on her back, please? Alright, Rifle, I'm just going to turn you over, okay? Paint. What's this? The bottom of her feet are pink. Oh no, what kind of sickness is that? We have to get her to a doctor.
Zena, get a hold of yourself. Dr. Crab is a veterinarian, remember?
It's just something she stepped in by the looks of it. It's her stomach that's the problem. There's still something in there. Here we go. Looks like she swallowed something odd. I know this penguin will eat anything, but where did she pick up something like this? An excellent question. Son of a gun, now I have to talk to Marlin about her care.
Dr. Crab, may we see what was in Rifle's stomach?
Oh, please be quiet. I'm busy right now.
Busy, but you're just staring at that weird machine.
I'm checking to see when Rifle ingested the foreign object.
He just keeps looking at that machine. He won't even glance our way. Now I'm really curious to know more about his monitoring system.
Yeah, how do you do that? How do you tell when? That doesn't make sense.
Can you tell us about the monitoring system you have here?
It's a collection of electronic medical records for all the creatures here. With this system and the camera footage, I can monitor the creatures 24/7. I won't tell you any more than that. It's private company business.
Medical records are usually just a history of past medical exams and data. Never heard of any that could monitor 24/7. Good point, Mr. Lawyer. I can see there's no fooling you. But why would you want to fool me? Oh. This guy's going to be a tough nut to crack. I have my reasons. Let's ask about the charm first, make sure we have all the pieces. Oh, this looks like the charm Sasha had. Dr. Crab, do you know anything about this charm? Charm? Hey, leave that alone! That belonged to Azura! What was Azura's charm doing in Rifle's stomach? That's odd. When Sasha was telling us about the charm earlier, Sasha said that she had Azura's charm. That charm is still at the detention center. Hey, wait a minute. Didn't Sasha say Azura and her boyfriend had matching charms? So the second charm must be the one that belongs to Azura's boyfriend. Dr. Crab, is it possible this charm belongs to Azura's boyfriend? Refuse to talk about such personal details of the deceased. Subject closed. Uh-oh, right. Azura's touchy when it comes to Azura. Are you the boyfriend? It might belong to Azura Summer's boyfriend. Azura Summers, yesterday was the anniversary of her death, wasn't it? That's right, she was killed by the Orca.
Do you really think Orla killed her? I don't believe it.
Who can say if the Orca did it on purpose? But the fact remains that she killed Azura. Right there, the day of her death a year ago. I saw the Orca bite Azura with my own eyes. Where? It mostly just looks like it got the walkie-talkie holster. She doesn't look injured.
But is that really the whole truth of what happened?
I guess only Orla knows what really happened, both a year ago and this time. Alright.
Take that!
Let's see what we got here. The monitoring system. I want you to tell me about the monitoring system here. You don't let up either, do you, Mr. Lawyer? They're just electronic medical records and feeds from security cameras. These I can monitor all the animals 24/7. And I say that's not true. I have proof that you can't monitor the animals 24/7 with this system. Oh. You don't have footage from before 10 a.m.?
Take that!
The security camera doesn't begin recording until 10 a.m. If that's the case, how could you possibly monitor the animals 24/7? Okay, you got me. I guess that was a pretty weak explanation. You're right, I guess I can't monitor the animals 24/7. If I see anything unusual in the camera feeds, I can spring into action right away. And I can examine an animal, and I can usually tell exactly what's going on with them. Oh, he's really confident in his abilities. But I still say you can't do that 24/7. I'm here at the aquarium most of the time. I can go anywhere at any time to examine an animal. Anywhere. I say that's not true either. I have proof that there's a place you can't go. Which is a bit absurd.
Take that!
The only people who have access to the Orca pool room are the owner and Sasha. So how can you say you monitor all of the animals? Son of a gun. So you knew about the security card, did you? Yes, tighter security was imposed on the Orca a year ago as a precaution. Due to Sasha's objections, I wasn't allowed to have a card. I guess she was trying to protect Orla from him. So you're monitoring the animals with a system that's private company business. I have to insist you tell me about this monitoring system. Now you're trying to pick a fight with me? Well, I suppose it's only fitting that the spoils go to the victor. I'll tell you about Shipshape Aquarium's ecological data organization system. So, what does that machine you were using do? It's a system of ecological data organization developed in Europe. I call it the Torpedo. What do you think? Pretty impressive name, isn't it?
Torpedo? As in, man the battle stations and all that?
Oh, no, it's the name I gave this data organization system. Torpedo, it stands for Teleobservation Real-Time Pertinent Data Organizer. Okay, but it's super admin restricted, desktop access, password protected. The torpedo collects data through sensors placed on or near the subjects. Temperature, heartbeat, vocalizations, etc. and gathers this information 24 hours a day. All of this data is then sent to my terminal and these monitors.
Wow, this torpedo sounds amazing. Does Rifle have a sensor on her too?
Yes, she does. Where and what kind of sensor is attached depends on the animal. Penguins have theirs attached to the ID tag at the base of the flipper. The torpedo doesn't tell me where Rifle is when she escapes, though. And it's hard to attach sensors to the orca or the fish, so theirs are on the tanks themselves. Places where the creatures don't normally live, like the show stage, don't have sensors. Okay, here we go. It's telling me the time Rifle swallowed for an object. Approximately 4 a.m. on July 20th. What an odd time. That was when Sasha was doing the cleaning.
Maybe that's why she wouldn't take my fish, because she was full from the night before. But at least Orla ate it, so that's okay.
Orla ate another animal's food. It's odd. She's never done that before. And then she had that episode too. I'd better have a look at her data. Take a look. She didn't eat anything from the evening of the 19th to yesterday afternoon. So Rifle had a late night snack, but Orla went hungry, huh? Appears so, but let's see. She's been eating normally since yesterday afternoon. And to think of it, Jack was supposed to eat Orla yesterday morning. Maybe he died before he had the chance. I'm worried about Orla's condition. I'd better remember this torpedo data. Torpedo data added to the court record. Shows Rifle ate around 4 a.m. on July 20th, but Orla didn't eat anything. I still wonder why he wouldn't tell me about the torpedo. Dr. Crab, why did you want to hide the existence of the torpedo system? Well, it's a safe system that has been approved for use in other countries. But it hasn't been legally approved in this country yet. That's why I always carry this terminal around with me. It's not something I want the police poking their nose into. You mean you're breaking the law? Oh no, you're breaking the law by monitoring an animal. I think that's probably fine. Which is why I was keeping it a secret. It would create a problem for the aquarium. I had Jack's permission. He felt the animal's care was more important than the legality. But we wanted to shield the rest of the staff, so we kept it a secret. But breaking the law is breaking the law. Athena. But in some cases, lives can be saved by breaking the law. We simply allow the lives of our animals to be lost while we wait for laws to change. Now you're twisting things around. I mean, he's correct. I'd like to use this evidence during the trial tomorrow. But it may result in you and Shipshape Aquarium being brought up on charges. Well, I followed my own convictions and I have no regrets. You're only doing your job. I can't blame you for that, Mr. Lawyer. I appreciate that. Bird. What's that sound? Another penguin? That's my ringtone. Gee, Dr. Crab sure likes cute things. Maybe he wanted to sound like Sniper? It's definitely his, what's it called? The calendar. Hello, Crab speaking. Son of a gun, you people again! Stop harassing this aquarium! Orla was found not guilty. Why on earth should she be put down? Oh, come there on the 26th and explain. Fine, just let me write it down on my... Son of a gun, where did my calendar go? This calendar? Could you be talking about that calendar? I realize that. If it comes to that, I'll use that drug to euthanize her. Mr. Wright, he said euthanize her. We'd better ask him more about this. And I should try presenting that calendar to him, too. Who was that phone call from? Son of a gun, you heard that? Oh, you didn't move. Who didn't hear that? It was the Center for Dangerous Animal Control calling with a demand. They said that the orca may have been found not guilty this time, but that if it ever attacked a human again, we would have to put her down. Who are these people? Are they actually some sort of governing body in charge of something? Or are they just some nut job group like PETA or something? Put her down? But that's horrible. Did you agree to their demand? Animals sometimes do attack humans. And of course, humans sometimes do kill animals to protect themselves. If it comes to that, yes, as a veterinarian, I am prepared to carry out euthanization. Using this poison. Huh? That capsule has the same letters on it as the one that was in Orla's stomach. Did Dr. Crab try to kill Orla? Oh, we don't actually have it anymore. I guess we did just give it to Apollo. He took it away. Dr. Crab, isn't this your calendar? Yes, it's mine. What are you doing with it? Mr. Rhymes found it in the nap room. Oh, I must have forgotten it there when I tried to get some rest. It sure is a cute calendar. I guess you're crazy about penguins. Somebody gave it to me, okay? No, please don't tell anybody about it. It's embarrassing. I'm sure I designed this calendar. This one here is a prototype. She designed a calendar for this year, and then she died before it went on sale. Were you and Miss Summers romantically involved? What gave you that idea? It's just that I sensed sadness in your heart when you talked about the calendar. Of course we weren't romantically involved. I don't believe in romantic feelings. You look shaken, though. By the way, did you meet Mr. Shipley at 7 a.m. on July 20th? By the way, did you meet Mr. Shipley at 7 a.m. on July 20th as scheduled? No, we were supposed to meet, but Jack didn't show up. Is that really true? Sasha finished cleaning the Orca pool room at 6 a.m. If Dr. Crab managed to get into the pool room somehow and meet with the victim, then he would have had the opportunity to kill Mr. Shipley. The dog has stomped his way into the room. Why are you in here? Calendar updated in the court record. Okay. He's very loud. Please, let me ask you one more question, Dr. Crab. What is it, Mr. Lawyer? You look so grave. I heard something disturbing from the writer, Norma de Plume. The center demanded the aquarium put the killer whale down a year ago. But put her down? But the aquarium owner refused their demand, saying it was an accidental death. But I hardly think a persistent organization like that would just give up and go away. I'm quite sure the power of money helped convince them. What makes you think that? Once a month, the owner and the vet disappear from this aquarium. And I came to find out that each time a large amount of money was being paid out. I think Shipshape Aquarium might be keeping some kind of secret. And that it has something to do with the recent murder. Or it. 5 Cyclops? That writer. She just has to stick her nose in it. She just has to stick her nose in everyone's business. Son of a gun. I should have dealt with it all more carefully. How am I ever going to remove all those locks? Huh? Hi. Sorry to interrupt, but Prosecutor Blackquill wants Dr. Crab. Detective Fulbright. You again. You couldn't possibly have any more questions for me. Well, you see, we're having a little problem. We were going to call the animal keeper as a witness for the prosecution, but he's being very stubborn and refusing to testify. And so we thought we'd ask you to be a witness in tomorrow's trial. You really now? Well, I'm not taking sides. I'll tell you what I know, no more, no less. That would be fine. Now, if you would please come along with me. Well, it looks like we'll have to continue our talk at the trial tomorrow. I don't know what secret you and this aquarium are hiding, but I'll uncover it if it'll help save Miss Buckler. Give it your best shot, then. I'll see you tomorrow. Well, it looks like we'll be going up against Dr. Crab in tomorrow's trial. I'll bet he'll be one tough customer. Okay, we'd better get our evidence organized for tomorrow. I'll have Athena hold on to the evidence I don't think I'll need in court. Evidence has been reorganized. Oh. Hello?
Mr. Wright, I went to Kill Clinic.
Apollo, use your indoor voice.
Sorry about that. Anyway, I found out a lot, so I wanted to tell you right away. It turns out that mysterious capsule is a powerful sleeping drug. Apparently, the brand name is 3Z's.
Okay, yeah, it says 3Z's right on it.
And they said the Shipshape Aquarium vet recently bought a large quantity from them.
The vet, Dr. Herman Crab.
3Z's is supposed to be for people, but Dr. Crab told them it would work on other mammals like orcas and dolphins too.
So Dr. Crab's euthanasia poison was actually sleeping pills? When Orla almost drowned today, was it because she'd been given sleeping pills? Reads the sleeping pill update in the court record. Strange capsule that was found in Orla's stomach. Sleeping pill, not some kind of poison. Well,
And I found more than just about that capsule.
sleeping stuff can definitely kill you.
Dr. Hickfield himself gave me some information. The ship-shape aquarium had someone on their staff named Azura Summers, right?
Yeah, the one who died a year ago.
Well, Azura Summers was getting a certain medication from Hickfield Clinic last year. The same heart medication as Sasha Buckler.
Really? Azura Summers had the same heart condition as Sasha. Nice work, Apollo. Thank you. We'll be coming back to the office soon.
Okay, Trucy and I will be here.
Well, we better get back to the office and get ready for tomorrow. What are you going to do, Pearls?
I thought I'd stay overnight here and be with Orla and Rifle. I'll be ready for a telecast during the trial tomorrow. Good luck to both of you.
Are you allowed to do that?
Thanks, Pearly. That way, when we prove Sasha innocent, she can see Orla right away.
I'd love to see Sasha and Orla back together again, both free and clear. But before that can happen, I have to prove Sasha's innocence. Be continued. That can wait. Yeah, because now it's late. It's about time to stop. Starting to trip over my words a bit anyway, which is definitely an indication that I should stop. So, let's see. Today is Monday, so I guess Wednesday I'll be doing trying to get through more of that Pokemon thing I skipped last week because I was like right at the end of Spirit of Justice, like the last trial. I wanted to finish that during that. Just get right back into it. So I did that. Yeah. But anyway, I'll do Pokemon on Monday. I did not do any level grinding in the time since then. I've had like 2 weeks to do that and I did not. Oops. Oh well, I'll work on it later today or something. Anyway, Pokemon on Wednesday, more Ace Attorney on Friday. That's all. Have a nice day. Goodbye.